What's up, everybody? Welcome to Q and Colb. I am Q. This is Colb. How's everybody doing?
Before we even get started, Q, I'm sick. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting over the flu.
Oh wait, you're sick?
I am sick.
I know somebody else who's sick too. Let's clap it up for Curtis.
Curtis!
Yeah!
Bring your
Get
ass
your
on the
ass
screen.
out here. Yeah. Oh yeah. How you been, Curtis? How's the week been treating you, brother?
No, don't ask him how you been. No Seahawks hoodie today? No Seahawks hoodie today, huh?
Repping the alma mater, huh?
Okay, there we go, Hiram.
You know,
Hiram lacrosse. There we go.
Okay, he to change sports.
Don't feel good, do it. Don't feel good, do it, Curtis.
That's crazy. That's crazy. You traded Gino and DK the same damn week.
The whole team gone. They got rid of the whole team.
Bro, whole squad. The Gucci belt gone. The Yeezy slots are gone.
What you even got left, bro?
Losing to the Arizona Cardinals. That's what they got left, Cole. That's what they got left to do. With Sam Darnold, baby. Let's go. 35 mil.
You can't even say shit. No, put your glasses back on.
35 mil for Sam Darnold. That's your squad, ain't it?
We want you to see this. Damn. Put your glasses back on.
35 mil. 3 years. Locked into the future. But you traded your best wide receiver. I don't understand what's going on with the Seattle Seahawks.
You gave Sam the Baker deal? You gave Sam the Baker deal. Okay. Look at y'all.
The one dude, the other dude in the draft class we have universally accepted is not better than Baker Mayfield. Got the Baker Mayfield deal from Seattle. That's crazy. Hey, remember when Seattle didn't even want to give Baker Mayfield the Baker Mayfield deal? Remember we was trying to trade him to Seattle? And Seattle's like, nah,
we good. We all right.
we got Drew Lock and Geno Smith.
No, you know how I know it's bad? Y'all got JSN tweeting on Maine. Like, what the fuck going on, man? That man on his personal Twitter account, like, what the hell is this? We told you not to wear that hoodie on here, man.
I was sick that day. Like, you ain't gonna give me. I get no grace for that.
I'm sick right now. What I got on?
Okay.
What does having to be sick have anything to do with what hoodie you wore though? Like,
when you sick, you don't want to get all dressed up. Come on, man.
Okay, so
I look dressed up.
You wore a hoodie, dog. We wasn't asking you to wear a tuxedo. Like, what you mean? What's the difference putting on that hoodie and the hoodie you had on last week? Nothing different.
These are the worst excuses I've ever seen, dog.
Man, don't man. All right, well, we get it. We get it.
Okay, Curtis.
Yeah.
Look, I know you had to do all your work in school because you got no excuse back. Absolute terrible excuse back by Curtis right here. Why your homework ain't in?
Hey, you don't even know. You don't even know.
Oh man. Said I was sick, man. Why can't I get grace for wearing that hoodie? You know you should have worn it. You tweeted it already. Okay, like
Hey, man,
did you expect it to go this bad this quickly?
No, it all started on Friday. I was feeling good, you know. I was about to go to Chipotle, get
You was
my
talking
food.
shit, yeah, yeah.
No,
You
I
talking
was
shit.
no, I
You
was
remember?
talking. I was,
You
you know, I
talking a
was
little
feeling good. I
shit.
was talking my cashaway shit, knowing damn well I didn't think it was gonna backfire. As soon as I open the door, go in, I get an alert from my phone. Geno Smith has been traded to the Raiders. When I say I didn't even want to go back into Chipotle, I fell to my knees. I kid you not. I fell to my knees at that Chipotle. Someone asked me if something was wrong. No, nothing. Something was wrong. Something was wrong. Like they literally traded Geno. I'm like, okay, so who we gonna go after next? I'm like, probably Sam Darnold. I'm like, that's even worse.
You don't think
It's
he
like
could?
I'm not saying Sam Darnold's bad, but in terms of quality, in terms of the quarterback play, like Sam not gonna survive behind this offensive line. Like this offensive line stinks. It's not good. The tackles are good, but the interior is awful.
Hey man, I know that you have to believe in this on sub level, so I'm not gonna make you have to be out here to be the one that says this. But dog, we all know Sam Darnold ain't no good, and we all know what this gonna turn into with Sam. We've seen this story a million times. Where
That's
somebody,
what I've been. I mean, that's what I've been trying to
mistaken
tell people.
and
It,
35 mil, whoo, you gonna feel like the damn, what was it, Buffalo Bills when they paid Ryan Fitzpatrick $100 million? Remember that one? Yeah, it's not gonna be. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, look, Seattle's done this before. Who was the dude y'all signed before y'all got Russ?
they signed Matt Flynn to that huge deal. Then Russ outplayed him, and they said, "You know what, Matt? You can go home, and
Was
you
that the
can
same
stay
GM?
home." Yeah, it was.
Nah.
I think it was. I'm not sure.
Was he there? Has he been there that long?
He's been here for a while. Snyder's been here for a
That-
while.
That's
Like,
that's the dude who get the credit for the Legion of Boom, right?
yeah, I mean, Snyder's good at finding talent. It's just his roster construction sucks.
I
He
always
doesn't.
wondered though about GMs who find a ton of talent, like at the end of drafts or with undrafted free agents. Because I'm like, were you finding these guys or did you just get fucking lucky? Because it seems like when you intentional about who you select, it'll be good.
It's kind of tricky, but I'd have zero faith in him in John Schneider to like turn this whole roster around because sure he could find talent all he wants, but he can't construct a roster that's compatible with what you have. I mean, you go back to last season, the linebackers were awful, and the reason why they're awful because they weren't scheme fits. It took until week 9 to realize, hey, these linebackers we got not cutting it. So they traded Jerome Baker for Ernest Jones, who they extended. Good move,
Mm.
by the way. And they also released Tyrell Dotson after they realized that those two they weren't. It wasn't it. It's just he doesn't know how to evaluate his own roster. Realize, hey, this certain player doesn't fit with what I want to do. So why is he still on the roster?
Well, we'll see what Sam Darnold can do
Hey,
with
don't
Seattle.
don't do that. Don't do
What?
that.
Hey,
What?
real quick,
We'll
real
see.
quick,
No, I have
real
no
quick.
faith in Sam Darnold, man.
I just want to throw something out there real quick. Normally we wait to the end to do the super chats, but Ray Rags, the homie Ray Rags, he sent one, and I think this is important. I think this one's important. Who had a worse week since the last pod, Curtis or the Bengals?
Ooh.
Ooh.
At least the Bengals got Joe Burrow. Right? I'd rather be broke with Joe Burrow than living in luxury with Sam fucking Darnold. Okay.
Ooh, yeah, Curtis, you had a rough one, dog. You had a rough. I could wait for this pod. I was like,
I guarantee 2 years of that deal.
They can
Yeah,
move
they
off
did.
of it. They can move off of it if they please.
Hey, I knew he was gonna be on Curtis' ass when he came in today. I was like, "Damn, bro, you
It was like that Boondocks clip. You was talking that good shit just a minute ago, wasn't you?
We ain't got kicked in your chest."
Requesting the trade, all that shit. Oh yeah, welcome back to Cleveland, dog.
Speaking of people who requested a trade and were welcome back to Cleveland, Myles Garrett is still here. By the way,
oh yes,
Myles Garrett is still here.
By the way, shout out to this pod. I feel like we had this pretty hammered down before this got announced. Like people are discussing elements of this deal we talked about 3 weeks ago. Like
it's like, hey man, he's not leaving. It was so funny because I did a space immediately after it got announced. The victory lap space with me and Dennis. Mm-hmm. We was like, I was like, hey man, he was never leaving. We can't tell you how we knew that. you know what I'm saying? We can't talk about
Absolutely
that part. Cannot. We can't talk about how we knew, but we know for a while. He wasn't leaving. He's never gonna leave.
Yeah, and like the obvious part of this was like the Browns were never going to be willing to trade him. Like it took NFL GMs like 12 hours to realize the Browns were never going to trade him. Because you never even heard a juicy rumor. Like, at least when Brandon Ayuk was being thrown out there, we heard all kind of rumors about what packages would be. You ain't heard one rumor about these packages for Myles Garrett. You know why that is, Cole? Because there was no packages for Myles Garrett. Because if you called, hey, Andrew, how you feel about Myles? That's
all it was. No,
you don't even get the no. You just get the click. Okay?
like you're not trading him. We're not trading him, dog.
You don't even get to Andrew Berry. You get to the secretary. What is the nature of your call? I want to talk to Andrew about Myles Garrett. He's not in right now.
Go away. We're not trading him.
Hey, it even happened to Myles. Okay. Myles Garrett agent was calling, talking about we need to talk about trading Myles. He's not in right now. Would you like me to transfer you to Jimmy Haslam? Call Jimmy Haslam. Jimmy says you got to talk to Andrew. I bet that look, Myles Garrett hasn't been this frustrated since he dealt with his financial aid bursar, right? That's the kind of runaround that he was getting for the Cleveland Browns. Yeah, man, you got to talk to him. Like,
can we talk about how half the fan base was upset that Jimmy didn't meet with Myles and that he told him to go talk to the general manager who he employs to handle the football decisions, and then 24 hours later, the deal got done.
And then people still try to paint it as a bad thing. That's the thing that's cracking me up. People are trying to act like I saw somebody say, you overpaid Myles Garrett. That doesn't exist. Like, I'm sorry. Like, there are certain players you cannot overpay, right? Could you overpay Aaron Donald? No. It was impossible to overpay Aaron Donald. Talk about overpaying Myles Garrett is wild because he's one of them players that, like, there are very few players in the NFL that you go, nah, that dude's worth resetting the market for. And like those dudes usually worth it, right? Like you can draw a clear line, usually worth it. Myles Garrett worth whatever money you're gonna pay him for, and what the $40 million don't even hit until 2 years from now. Michael gonna get 45. Trey might get 45. Who knows? By the time that actually hits, the top for a non-quarterback might be 50.
Listen, Jamar gonna get.
Jamar
gonna get whatever he wants.
Oh, Cincinnati is never getting past the third round again. Like
they gotta pay him. They are
in trouble.
They gotta pay him.
And here's the thing I don't get about Cincinnati. Cincinnati be working on the budget, and they be buying these airplane tickets right before the plane go off. And I just be like, why? Why aren't you going at, like, if you are the Bengals and you don't like spending money, spend that money early so you don't have to spend crazy prices. Right now, they putting themselves in a pocket where they got to spend $40+ million to keep Jamar Chase.
Keep in mind, they could have gotten this done 2 years ago.
Easily should have gotten it done 2 years ago.
And would have been fine. At 30. It would have been fine. Everything would have been cool. Everything would have been great. Now you got to pay this man probably close to $50 million a year.
I do wonder if this is a cash flow thing, because like you had to put $270 million in the bank for Joe Burrow. Well, not 270, 220 in the bank for Joe Burrow and escrow. So maybe they just didn't have the access to go out and put another 105 in the bank, well, another 80 in the bank.
Listen, man, whatever the reasons are. Also, we didn't even mention T. Higgins yet. They still gotta figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
Still gotta figure that out.
And like, I don't know how you go through this year and think, hey man, we don't need to spend any money on defense for the Bengals.
They're not gonna be able to.
Well, it's like that's the decision they're making. Honestly, if I were on the bench, I would have let T go a long time ago. I would have traded him for some assets. And just like let it. I got Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. Everything else that I could throw to is going to work out because of the strength of that. I get that T's important, but like, what's Joe Burrow there for, right? In order to get the most out of these guys. What you need if you're the Bengals, and what I don't get, I don't think the Bengals understand their own success. And I don't even think Bengal fans to a point understand why that team was successful the year they went to the Super Bowl. It was the defense. Like everybody made this shit about Joe Burrow. And Joe Burrow's cool. I like Joe Burrow. He's a good player, really good player. I think he's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. But it wasn't Joe Burrow alone that got you past Kansas City. It was very strong defensive efforts along the way that got you there, right? Like the Bengals have achieved their most under Joe Burrow when the defense has been really good. And you're putting yourself in a perpetual state of garbage defenses for like at least the next 6 years.
And a lot of that is honestly because they tried to replace some of those guys on defense with draft picks, and it just absolutely has not worked out at all.
Yeah, that's been a big part of it. I also think the free agent moves they made haven't worked out. Losing DJ Reader, bad decision.
Very bad decision.
Trying to replace him with Sheldon Rankins, bad decision. Yeah, it just hasn't worked out for them. Now they got Al Golden there, who I think highly of as a defensive coordinator. But yeah, I just think they don't know how to win in the ways that they need to win if they're not going to have the money that they don't have, right? Like you need to invest more in your defense and kind of just let Joe Burrow be the offense there, right? Like I think with Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, you got enough there that you shouldn't really be spending. Why do you need to spend $30 million on T. Higgins?
You don't.
But
I'm sure Joe wants you to, and that's great. You know what I'm saying? But you don't need to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird that like they're kind of treating Joe like Brock Purdy.
I get what you're saying.
Right? Like why do you feel like you have to put this much around Joe Burrow in order for him to be successful? Because like I watch Joe Burrow, I'm like, he definitely don't need all this shit to be successful. Like
doesn't. You got Jamar Chase. Even Yosifas, their number 3 receiver, he's good.
Dude, he's one of them guys. Joe Burrow's one of them guys. You can just throw people in there. He's going to probably find a way to make it work, right? Like you give him enough time. Like if you give him a good line of scrimmage and a good defense, he'll figure it out in 4 quarters to get you 28 to win the game. But they seem dedicated in running this sprint with the offense. And it's just like, hey, man.
Yeah,
we saw this last year. Healthy Joe Burrow, MVP season. He's not going to have a season like that all the time. And what? They didn't even make the playoffs?
No. Great offense. Probably one of the best offenses in the league. Also had the worst defense in the league. So,
and it's going to get worse. They're losing Trey Hendrickson, right?
Yeah. Who's creating pressure on that? Who's creating pressure on the quarterback on that defense now?
Joseph Osai.
Isn't he a free agent? Or did they sign him back?
Did they bring him back? They brought.
Did they just bring him back?
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think Joseph Osai is like great or anything.
I'm asking legitimate questions. Like, did they if they who are they going to try to trap?
I think I remember seeing something on it. Bengals accomplished free agency goal, re-signed Joseph Osai. I'm sorry, it's not funny. But yeah,
it is funny. It is funny.
They brought back Joseph Osai. When like bringing back Joseph Osai is not bad. I'm not trying to make it seem like that. He's 24. He's a decent pass rusher. But like, yo, who else is rushing? What, Sam Hubbard?
Sam Hubbard retired.
Oh, wow. Well,
yeah. Like who? Yeah, like who's there? Who's left? What pick do they have?
I want to say like 18.
Okay, so all the good pass rushers are going to be gone by the time they get to pick.
They seem like a team that's going to take a chance on like with Mike Green, James Pierce. Is that where they're going?
James Pierce about to fall. James Pierce about to fall far.
Well, if you look at the Bengals history,
Mike Green will probably be gone by then. It just depends on how comfortable teams are with like the stuff.
With Nick Scourton, we talking about that for them?
Maybe because you like think about who's going to be gone. Abdul's going to be gone for sure. Shamar Stewart's going to be gone for sure. Michael Williams going to be gone for sure. Who's left in that next group of pass rushers? James Pierce will definitely be there, but I don't know if they want to take that risk that early.
I mean, they kind of got to.
Mike Green's probably going to be gone before they get before.
Damn, they need to take a defensive tackle. Good Lord, what is this rotation they got going on?
What's the rotation they got?
It's trash. They got Slayton. Hold on, let me pull up TJ Slayton. This is a bad rotate. The defensive line just is like really bad for Cincinnati. I mean, this is a good year to get some interior guys. McKinley Jackson, Chris Jenkins, BJ Hill, TJ Slayton, and Myles Murphy. Well, yeah, that's the rotation right now.
BJ Hill's probably the best.
Yeah, he's the one starter.
Probably the best defensive tackle they have. So yeah, they probably do need to take a defensive tackle at 18.
At edge, it's even sadder if you don't factor in Trey Hendrickson. It's Myles Murphy, Joseph Osai. Y'all remember Isaiah Thomas? Cedric Johnson. And I'm gonna just call him MN because I don't know how to pronounce that, and I don't want to butcher that man's name.
So they're picking a defensive lineman. Who do you? Because like even if you go interior, Mason Graham's going to be gone.
No. Kenneth Grant. Maybe they go for a run stuffer. They couldn't stop the run last year.
Derek Harmon, maybe.
Yeah.
Derek Harmon. I like Derek Harmon. I think Derek Harmon's going to be good.
I don't like them. I don't like him for them.
Walter Nolan, maybe.
Yeah.
They said he might fall though. Character stuff. Like Tyleek Williams. They like Ohio State guys.
They do big brands at Cincinnati.
I was about to say that they like Ohio State guys, so maybe Tyleek. Tyleek's he's a run stuffing though. Like he's a run stuffer though.
Hey man, they can't trade Trey. Like they cannot trade.
But they can't pay him either.
Do they got to?
I think so, yeah.
They gotta figure that out. That is a very tough situation, right? It's what Kenneth Grant, Derek Harmon, Darius Alexander. They don't usually go small school.
No, because he's also like 25. I didn't know he was that old.
Yeah, he's pretty old. He is.
So you can't take him first round. You can't take him first round.
I mean, they have a completely different draft philosophy than like how the Browns view it. They might like the old guy.
Even then, like you can't take that dude first round. First round?
Hey man.
He's 25 already?
We are judging the Cincinnati Bengals on parameters that I don't feel like they care about. They don't care about character and they don't care about age. They have demonstrated they drafted Jermaine Burton.
They did. Hey, we can't kill him for that though. We can't kill him for that though.
No, the Browns would have done it too.
I was about to say that if they didn't do it, the Browns were about to do it. So.
I know Jermaine Burton was pissed when he walked in there, bro. He was like, he uses all that shit he got in Alabama. He come into Cincinnati. Here's our inflatable indoor facility. Get me the fuck out of here.
Man, he was pissed he wasn't playing. He's talented too, but he's just
he probably sitting there like, I don't know why they don't trade T. Like, why he acting the fucking fool.
Like, come on, bro. You gotta be professional.
Actively giving them reasons to sign T. T's agent must love Jermaine Burton. Because Jermaine, the main reason you gotta do something with T because you don't trust this man.
Can't trust that dude at all.
No, that man is not trustworthy. I'm glad the Browns were saved from that decision. We didn't need that this year. we absolutely did not need that this year.
Yeah, just got Zach Zinter instead. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, who knows? That might work out. Right, like, look, hey, Wyatt Teller looked like he was gonna be ass until like 4 years into his career.
It only took like 2 years.
No, it took way longer than that.
No,
It took 2 years in Cleveland.
Because didn't we trade for him his second year?
Yeah. It was like his 4th year. He got good.
Oh, no, it's like his 3rd year then.
No, yeah, like the 1 year, 2 years in Buffalo, right? And
no, I think he was only in Buffalo for 1 season before they traded for him.
I thought he was the same draft class as Josh Allen.
Let me see. Because I don't think he was there for 2 seasons. I think he was only there for 1.
Either way, I'm not gonna judge dude after 1 year.
And he was coming off a nasty leg injury too.
Yeah, I think we ought to. And he's a power guy. He probably needs to get up there with strength before we can really judge whether his game can translate. We'll see. But yeah, it's a bad situation for Cincinnati for sure.
But enough about the Bengals. Hey, look, man, we got Kenny Pickett.
You know what? I saw Daniel Jones sign for $13 million with 12 of it guaranteed, and I thought to myself, well, if that's what the market is, then I guess I kind of understand it. Because there's a lot of deals where I'm like, I don't like trading Kenny Pickett at all. Like, don't get me wrong. I do not like the ideal of this. But if you're asking me what I would prefer, that or give Justin Fields 30 guaranteed. Yeah, man, make that trade for Kenny, dog. But do it, dog. 2.5 for Kenny for 1 year. Fuck it, bro. I'm not paying no 13 for no damn Daniel Jones. How did anybody get convinced to do this?
Look, bro. I don't know.
I don't know. 12 of it. 12 of it.
Listen, bro. I don't know. It's
and
hard out here.
I'm gonna just be real with y'all. Daniel Jones and Kenny Pickett, not that different. Like, very much not that different. Like, as much as I rag on Kenny Pickett, I'm like, Daniel Jones about the same thing. Like,
bro, we couldn't even get Tanner McKee.
They didn't want to trade Tanner McKee. They high on Tanner McKee.
See, man, I don't know.
Look,
we couldn't get Malik Willis.
I don't think they're trying to trade Malik Willis. Like, if the Packers had signed a backup, I'd be like, all right, they're trying to get rid of him. But they ain't trying to get rid of him. Because, like, here's the problem. The backups are getting paid like $13 million right now. Jimmy Garoppolo got $11 million in incentives.
He did.
How the fuck did that happen? When did Jimmy Garoppolo do anything to make you go, yeah?
What are these incentives that he can get? Like, he's not going to play?
They gave him incentives that he knows that they stay off the strip, right?
Stay off the strip.
Yeah. Don't make that 4-hour drive, okay? Those are the incentives that they have given him. By the way, shout out to Jimmy Garoppolo. He was like, I'm going to stay in the West Coast my whole career, big dog. Like, I am never going back to the East Coast.
Yeah, after he left New England, he was like, I'm good.
He started in Eastern Illinois, Cole. Like,
I'm cool.
He did the FCS East Coast grind. And then he went to fucking New England and he was like, hey, bro, I ain't never leaving this time zone. Where I got to play. Okay, LA? Yeah, I'll be a backup. The Raiders? We'll do that. But yeah, that's what the only thing that makes this make sense to me is like, okay, the backup market is just way too expensive. And if I got to have mid on the roster, which admittedly Kenny Pickett is not mid, he's mediocre at best. If I got to have that because you have no other quarterbacks on the roster right now, you need to get something on the team for the time being. They trading DTR for 165 for Kenny Pickett. It's more than I would like to pay for Kenny, but it's better than paying like $10 million for something that I don't believe is much better than Kenny Pickett.
I'm going to be real. When the news broke, I was just like, huh? And I was just kind of like shocked.
That's off guard.
I was like, huh? But I will say this. Kenny is definitely better than DTR.
Yeah, that's 100% true. Right,
like he's definitely better than DTR, so it is what it is.
And the one thing Kenny Pickett has demonstrated, I was talking about this with Brad Ward yesterday. He has consistently demonstrated that he can get out the way at least if you need to win a game. which is like a high tier trait in a quarterback for a backup quarterback. My bad. Right. Where you're looking at guys is like, hey, the Steelers found a way to win with him. He played that one game for the Eagles last year. They found a way to win with him. Like you can minimize his impact on the game negatively enough that you could find a way to win with him, which is what you want out of your backup quarterback. I think a lot of this too is we've been evaluating Kenny Pickett based on him being a first round pick. That is over with now, right? You are evaluating Kenny Pickett based on a different set of expectations. I've always made fun of him, said his comp was somewhere between Colt McCoy and Cody Kessler. And this is about where those dudes sat in their career, right? If his high end, I felt like was Colt McCoy. So if he could be a upper level backup, you know, 5th round pick, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's just, it's Kenny Pickett.
It just don't feel right. It don't feel right.
Hey, look, that's gonna be the quarterback room this year because look, man, I've been trying to tell y'all for weeks, months. I tell you, this smell like Kirk Cousins, right? Like everything about how they move and feel like they bringing in Kirk, right? Whether it be June 1st or April 1st, it's gonna be Kirk.
It's gonna be Kirk. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be Kirk.
Yeah, it feels like it's gonna be Kirk. So it's gonna be like Kirk, Kenny. Do they complete the cycle? We joked about it on the last pod, dog. Do they throw Will Howard in there?
Nah. You know who it's gonna be?
You telling me they gonna put Jalen Milroe in that situation?
Yeah, the only one.
They gonna give him a culture shock. Well, I don't think this would be a culture shock for Jalen Milroe. He's been at Alabama the last.
I'm about to say he played at Alabama. Like it's not a culture shock.
And I've seen the dudes they've had run behind him. Like, hey, that's the one thing I'll give Jalen Milroe. It is amazing that fan base loves him as much as they do, given like how much that team has tried to get him up out the paint, like over the years in college. Because usually they can't wait to yell for the backup, but they be like, nah, keep Jalen in that game, dog.
Yeah, man. You know, that little dollop, you know what I'm saying? That little dollop in the quarterback room is still there. It's still there, you know what I'm saying?
Hey man, we go fight for what we can get.
So we got some changes coming, but you know.
So I think a lot of people, I don't know. I've moved on from the quarterback conversation being at 2. I know there's a lot of smoke out there being on Cam Ward. I am just going to take the position that I don't buy it. I just don't buy it with the Browns and Cam because I just find it so hard to believe that they would do everything that they did to get rid of Baker Mayfield, to draft a dude who reminds me a ton of Baker Mayfield.
My thing is this. I actually think they would take Cam. I've been of the mindset that Cam is not going to be there. Like he was never going to be there too, because he was always going to
take Cam Ward number 1 overall.
Bro, the Titans just paid Dan Moore $80 million.
Maybe they just think he's a good left tackle.
Bro, you know he's not a good left tackle.
We watched this man play against Myles Garrett. Of course, we don't think he's good, dog. We don't think anybody got a good left tackle except for Laramie Tunsil. That's the only guy who could put the clamps on Myles.
Rashawn Slater held it down one time when he.
Oh yeah, we judge offensive tackles by a completely unfair metric, which is how did you look against Myles Garrett? Which we think everybody trash, dog.
Terrible. But even with our skewed perception of Dan
I want to bring up that this is the same scouting department that thought Andre Dillard was the answer at left tackle. Like they just might be bad at this and just had spent money on him because they think he's the next future tackle.
This is all I'm saying. I know we have a skewed perception of how left tackle play is because Myles Garrett is on our football team. Dan Moore ain't worth $80 million.
That's true.
Dan Moore is nowhere near.
He's not, but it's the left tackle market in a down year, left tackle in the draft. So the market got inflated, and that man ended up getting 20.5 a year. And the length of the deal, this is what gives me pause. If they just thought that they were going to take Cam Ward no matter what, and this is for getting Cam Ward, I think that deal would have been much shorter because the hope is Dan Moore holds it down, and then we draft somebody who's better than Dan Moore. But they gave him at 4 years, right?
Yeah. 4 years.
And it's not escapable to the third. I just think they think Dan Moore's that good.
But either way, if you give a left tackle that much money, kind of makes me feel like you're taking a quarterback. Because if you give a left tackle that much money and you don't take a quarterback, that shit don't make sense.
It does. It does, I think. And like if you pay a left tackle because you want it, so let's say you're not drafting a quarterback this year, but you're trying to survive on quarterback play for a year or two. Maybe you want the offensive line to be a little bit better, or you want to make sure that your offensive line is completely taken care of before you take a quarterback. So maybe this is like, hey, we want to answer left tackle. We think Dan Moore's like, I don't agree with the evaluation, but maybe they think Dan Moore's the answer left tackle, so they can get that one off the board, maybe get a guard in the draft somewhere down the line. And that way, once they do get in the position to take a quarterback, whether it be later in the draft or in next year's draft, they can feel like they have the complete set ready. Like, I think.
Hold on. Didn't they draft? The last 2 years, they've taken offensive lineman in the first round, haven't they?
Yeah.
So now they got Dan Moore. Who do they have?
Hey, by the way, Browns fans, I would like to point out that who's offensive line coach for them?
Callahan.
Bill Callahan, right? Everybody's telling me if Bill Callahan were here, we'd be saved from these decisions. Somebody okayed Dan Moore 4 years, $85 million. Okay.
Anyway, so it was.
Don't tell me he's got no power. His son is the coach. Like,
listen. So last year they took J.C. Latham.
Yes.
And the year before that was Skronsky.
Yes.
So last 2 years they've taken offensive lineman in the first round.
Are they pushing one of those guys to guard or something?
Skronsky was already a guard. I think they're trying to move Jason. I think they're trying to move Latham to right tackle. And then Dan Moore's the left tackle. It smells like you taking a quarterback to me.
Nah, I don't know.
It smells like you taking a quarterback to me.
Better than Cam Ward, I would be with you. But I'm just like, Cam Ward's just really like.
You also don't like Cam Ward as a prospect. So like there's I feel like there's
good reason.
I'm just saying. I can't see an organization doing that and not taking a quarterback. Like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for them to do all this to not take a quarterback. Like, what?
But then they tried to trade the pick 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, ain't nobody trying to get that.
Bro, hey, look, I don't know about you. If I try to trade a pick and I feel like is a quarterback there and don't nobody want it, I really ain't about to do it after that. Like, if you say, hey man, I got this quarterback, y'all want to take him? Give me anything you want, and everybody comes back, nah, we good. I'm not doing that shit at one. Like, no, nobody else even want it. You don't even want to take a fourth, bro. Like, come on, you don't want to come up for nothing.
There's also part of it. You got to look at it like this too. They also might be asking for something outrageous to get Cam.
I feel like
and teams are like,
I feel like
teams are like,
it's the audacity of being like, hey man, I want 2 extra firsts for fucking Cam Ward. I feel like somebody would leak that to the media and be like, they're ridiculous.
like, nah, we're good.
Nah. If you try to trade the number 1 overall pick with the fruit being the quarterback, this is like when the Cavs had that number 1 overall pick in 2013. It was like, hey man, come get Nerlens Noel. Right? Everybody wants Nerlens Noel. Everybody was like, nah, we good. You know what the Cavs didn't do? Draft Nerlens Noel. They drafted literally anybody else. I promise, I feel like this is going to be one of them years where some weird shit happens with the number 1 overall pick.
Who have the Giants signed yet to be the quarterback?
Nobody. Yeah, Russ is still out there. Aaron is still out there. He's going.
Aaron Rodgers is going to Pittsburgh, I believe. They said that it's up in the air. Ian Rappaport said that he's deciding between the Giants and the Steelers right now.
Brother, get out of New York.
He doesn't want to get out of New York. He doesn't want to move.
All right, so you would rather play for the Giants?
I
kind of want that to happen because of Aaron Rodgers dealing with one of these old school wide receivers that it appears that Malik Neighbors is. like Aaron Rodgers gonna walk in there, I'm Super Bowl champion, all this shit. And Malik Neighbors, that's cool. Just throw me the ball. We straight, homie.
I mean, he gonna have to deal with that in Pittsburgh too, to be completely honest.
With DK and George Pickens?
I don't think they're both going to be on the roster at the same time. I don't think you could do that. That's an untenable situation right there.
I bet DK, and you can't have it because that's George Pickett's going to see DK's presence as like an invitation to fight somebody. Like,
because it's like you got two receivers who, to me, kind of like win similar ways on the field, except one of them is significantly bigger than the other one. But I feel like the other one also has like more of a screw loose than the other one. I feel like that's a bad situation. I feel like that's a terrible situation, personality wise, not talent wise.
Don't mess around and find out about DK. His dad used to be an offensive lineman.
I don't think that's the fight that George wants.
Oh, look, you might be able to box a little bit, but you know DK used to them offensive linemen. I
don't think that's the problem you want, man. I don't think that's the problem.
Yeah,
I wonder how they feel in Pittsburgh.
Got a hold of a couple guys before.
I wonder how they feel in Pittsburgh too, because DK walked in the door, got 150 million, and a lot of them dudes who've been there forever have never got close to that kind of money.
Oh, TJ is pissed.
I know he hot.
TJ is pissed right now, dog. Myles got all this fucking money. Like they walked in, gave DK, talk about, man, we get you next year, big dog. That's a lie.
Think about it. If they sign Aaron Rodgers, you probably got to come up off what? Justin Fields getting 30 guaranteed. He probably getting what, 2 years? Probably 290.
Oh, God.
You probably getting 290. He might even get 100.
Hey man, look, I can't believe we're here with the money being thrown around for some of these quarterbacks. Again, this is another thing, Cole. If you willing to spend $13 million for Daniel Jones, I just feel like that's not a ringing endorsement of this quarterback class at all. That the market got to that place.
I'm just saying, bro.
Hey man, this feel like a class where everybody's like, I'm good. Okay,
I just want to see how that. I want to see how that situation plays out in Pittsburgh so badly. Where like dudes who have been there and bought into like the Steeler way and taking discounts to be there so they can win and yada yada yada, and then you wake up and two dudes who just got there have combined for $250 million. I want to see that. I want to see how that plays out.
Man, you have to pay Aaron Rodgers 20 plus.
Bro, they probably gonna have to give him something crazy. Like he clearing at least 30.
Hey man, also, what the Raiders are off the board for quarterback.
Yep, got Gino.
The Giants, if they have to spend like more than the vet minimum for Aaron Rodgers, they're done. They're off the board. They're not doing anything this year at quarterback. There's just no market there. Like, there's just absolutely no market. Like the demand for quarterback in the draft, everybody came out the combine and was like, all right, man, I guess we're going to pay Daniel Jones $13 million. Like, it just feels like nobody's excited about this. And I feel like that should be a sign.
It does feel like that. I do wonder, like, if Aaron Rodgers goes to Pittsburgh, how desperate do the Giants get in this draft?
The Browns traded for Deshaun Watson to avoid having to think about drafting Kenny Pickett. And they looked at this class and said, we'll lose a 5th round pick to get Kenny Pickett. Hey, man, I'm just trying to tell people, there's some people trying to sell you some dreams about this draft class. It does not feel like NFL front office are buying it. Like none of this feels like they're buying anything on left tackle or quarterback. The two position groups, we've been like, hey, it ain't the year for them two. Right? Like, those have been ridiculous. Dan Moore getting 80-something million. That means that Tennessee don't got no faith in no damn Kelvin Banks. That's all that tells me is they don't want to draft an offensive lineman number 1 overall. And don't want to feel like they have to. Like
another thing that kind of bothers me. It's because that Cam Ward is the overwhelming betting favorite to go number 1. And I'm like, that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen by accident. Like when guys are like overwhelmingly favored to do something in the betting market, that means that people know something about that. Or at least they believe that they know something about that. So my thing is this. So I go back to like last 2 years drafting offensive lineman. You just gave Dan Moore a fuck ton of money. I don't know. Like I can't see them just being like, yeah, we're gonna take Abdul Carter. Like I can't. Like I can't see them doing that. I can't see him doing it. To me, that doesn't like. To me, it just doesn't make sense. Like it doesn't make sense.
They might have like planned and wanted to take a quarterback, but now it gets to the point where you got to do it. Also, like a first year GM, man. If I was in my first year GM, and I know I'm not getting fired this year, right? You usually get about 3 years if you're a GM, 1 year longer than your coach gets. Why the fuck would I tie myself to this class in these quarterbacks? I'll wait. I ain't got to. That's the thing. He can draft Abdul Carter. Everybody has to let it ride, right? He's not in a position where he got to do this. Nobody's in that position. It was like what Tennessee. Who are they gonna start at quarterback? Do it matter who they start at quarterback? You think Tennessee winning more than 8 games this year?
No.
So what the fuck does it matter if you start at Cam Ward or Will Levis or fucking Jameis Winston?
It just don't make sense. The way I see it, it's like it just don't make sense.
I hope they do it. By the way,
but I hope they do it too. Like I hope Cam goes first.
I hope Cam does go 1 because that means that the better players I think in this class are going to be available to Cleveland. But I don't know. The evaluation on him across the board seems to be unanimously very low for a quarterback that would go number 1 overall.
It's so weird because then everybody says that he's he's absolutely the best quarterback available in this draft.
Which is true to some people. I can see how they get there. But my thing is this. You can be the best of a class. And it's still not mean that you take that guy number 2 overall. Hey, look, who's the best tackle in this class? Do it matter? Because we're not taking him at 2. Who the best wide receiver? The unlikely answer is Travis Hunter.
Not Travis Hunter.
I'm probably not taking him at 2. Right? So, yeah, you the best player in that position group in your draft class, but you can also be the smartest kid in the 101 class. That don't mean you a fucking math genius. Like, it's a shallow pool.
Man, I don't know what. I have no idea what they're going to do here. I have no idea what they're going to do. I have no idea what the Titans are going to do.
I'm going to go with what most GMs would do, and I feel like most GMs will either go Carter or, maybe if you're trying to be a little bit more interested, Travis Hunter. But those are 2 best prospects in this class. I expect one of them to go number 1.
Man, I still think it's going to be Cam.
Yeah, I think the best case scenario for him is Baker Mayfield. And it's important to remember that when Baker Mayfield came out, the best case scenario for him was not who he is today, right? So if his best case scenario is Baker Mayfield, it means he is a significantly worse prospect than Baker was coming out, which I think nobody disagrees on. Everything universal, even people who like him. Baker was a much better prospect coming out of Oklahoma. Much better body of work, made much better decisions. Decisions were a problem for Baker. I just don't see how we get there with Cam, man. We'll see, man. We'll see. But I think if Cam doesn't go 1, I think maybe he goes 3.
Bro, I don't know. I don't know if he. I really don't know.
I think the only reason we feel like Cam's got to go early is because we've talked about Cam being the number 1 quarterback in this prospect, and that title means something in most drafts. But this one of them drafts where I don't think that shit means anything.
Man, honestly, I want him to go 1, so it's not even the Browns' problem.
Yeah, I don't mind it being the Browns' problem. People are going to be excited for like 3 months about Cam Ward, and then we'll figure out what it is at the end of the day. But
yeah, do that, Titans. Do that, Titans, so we can just get Abdul, and then we can be fine.
Yeah. I don't know. I
Help
just
us
can't
out,
get
please.
myself. I just can't get myself to believe that teams are this hot to go for Cam Ward that early.
Also, can we talk about the whole like Travis Hunter at 2 thing?
Yeah.
Because I'm so out on that.
You're not
I
in on
don't.
Travis Hunter at 2?
This is why. This is why. Hear me out.
Wow, you done flipped on your boys, man. You done flipped on. Look, during the fall, you was all about Colorado. What happened?
Listen, John Cena inspired me to turn heel. But listen.
Turned on the brothers.
Listen. If they view Travis as a corner first, I'd be with it. But viewing him as primarily a wide receiver and you want to take him at 2, I'm not.
Okay, I view it a little bit differently than this.
I'm not with it.
I think about drafting Travis Hunter as drafting 2 different players in one pick. Because if Travis does not work out at wide receiver, you can just always move him to corner. So, or vice versa. Let's say you put Travis at corner in NFL. For whatever reason, it's not working out the way that you wanted to. Then you can always flip him to wide receiver. And there's a chance that he could be an impact player. I think also the appeal of Travis Hunter is this. Travis Hunter has the potential to be somebody who could be your go-to on third down on offense and somebody that you rely on to get teams off the field on third down on defense. You can maneuver these packages in different ways to make sure he's on the field at a different time. You can make it so that he gets a regular amount of snaps and splits it. But there's a chance that Travis Hunter, because he's such a special athlete, his ball skills are so special that you can legitimately think, hey, this dude can help me get teams off the field on third down defensively, and he can help extend drives offensively. And if you think you can get that out of Travis Hunter, that's not just worth the number 2 overall pick. That is worth that and then some. If you can get 2 players essentially that can give you impact in critical moments on both sides of the ball, there's not like that breaks positional value, right? So I look at it a little differently. Carter, Ward, 2, I don't care who's there. I'm taking one of them because with Carter, I think he is a phenomenal edge prospect. With not Cam Ward. With Travis Hunter, I think that Travis is going to be good at something in the NFL for sure. He's too talented to not be good at anything. So you'll be able to get something out of him at the worst case. The best case, you're flipping the corner, you're playing him a little bit at wide receiver. He gets you those Marquise Goodwin plays on offense, and then he gives you high tier number 1, number 2 corner type play on the other side, especially in zone where the Browns struggle. Like, I think he's a tremendous scheme fit for the Browns. The zone instincts, they need somebody who has that. How many times we've been mad as hell at Martin Emerson because he been late on a cushion on zone and he couldn't get from his spot to where that comeback route was coming. Well, if you put Travis there, that solves that problem. Makes your pass rush more lethal, and then you get a third down threat. I can see the appeal for Travis being, like, in my eyes, higher for the Browns than Abdul, given that what they like, because wide receiver wise, they look at him and they probably see Jerry Jeudy with better ball skills. Because the yards at the catchability is incredible. The ball skills are incredible with him. And like, if you look at the Browns offense, that's kind of what they're missing. Like, that wide receiver room, right? Like, they need a guy that can throw a 50-50 ball to it. Right now, none of those guys are really good 50-50 ball guys. And Travis is a spectacular 50-50 ball guy.
Yeah, man, but this is also like, there's a level of risk here that I am not comfortable with at the number 1, like taking number 2, because like if you're trying to play him both ways, if you're trying to play him significant snaps both ways, it's really never been done before. Like, sure. there's been guys who've been able to, like, a couple plays here or there on one side, but they primarily play on one side of the ball, and then they get a couple of plays. Like, it's there's a level of risk there, and I hear what you're saying. Like, if it works out and he can play both ways for, like, significant snaps and be impactful on both sides of the field for significant snaps, then you just got a home run. You basically got a 2-for-1.
Yeah,
at the number 2 pick.
you got buy one get one free.
Yeah, you basically got a 2-for-1 trophy.
For the first 5 years, you gotta buy one get me free. But if he turns out to be this in the NFL, good God, that contract.
Yeah, you want to pay up. But hey, one thing.
But still, if you divide that contract by 2, it's probably gonna be worth it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And the good thing about the Browns, Jimmy Haslam he's perfectly fine paying players who are productive. So I can see the appeal. But I also look at the other side of this. You take him number 2, and he can only play one way. Like if he's a Pro Bowl corner, or a Pro Bowl wide receiver, but he can't play the other side, that's cool. Like you didn't miss on the pick either way. But I'm just like, hey man, I feel like Abdul gonna be special, dog, and I know exactly what he's gonna be. I know exactly what he's gonna be able to do.
It takes no imagination to understand. Well, it takes no imagination. There's surprisingly some people who demonstrate a lack of imagination to the point where they can't even understand how Abdul would be good on the internet. But that's just the internet. But it takes no imagination to understand why it is that Abdul Carter would be good, which is why I'm comfortable. I admit, I'm not the most creative person. I'm not the most imaginative person. I look at Abdul Carter and go, Von Miller. I know how we can use that. I know how we can pair that with Myles Garrett. And I'm turning in the card, right?
It's over. Like we're good.
If he's there. Over. I'm saying that if you are willing to be a little bit more imaginative, there is a chance that Travis Hunter can hit stronger than Abdul. Would I take the risk if Abdul was there? No, but if Abdul is not there, I am more than comfortable taking that risk.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. If Abdul goes first, and you get Travis, and we see how it goes.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And I think too, this is something I try to keep in mind, right? And we talk about this with the Cavs right now. We talk about this with other things, like people bring this up with the iPhone, right? It's hard to imagine new shit, right? Because it's new. And you're not used to it being something that catches on. But if there is a single prospect that has come out in the last 10 years that can do this successfully, it is Travis Hunter, right? Because the difference between Travis Hunter and all these other dudes that have tried it, they were also semi-offensive players in college or semi-defensive players in college. This dude was not semi in college. He legitimately played both sides of the ball at a very high level. And also, sometimes I think people might let the potential of what he can offer cloud it. But if he becomes a all-pro corner or a all-pro wide or a Pro Bowl level wide receiver, then I don't think that's a pick that we really question, because like, what if you took Denzel Ward at number 2? Are we tripping?
Nah.
Yeah, so I think there's a good chance. I think he could be a good wide receiver in the NFL. I think he could be an excellent corner in the NFL. If you try him out at corner, it doesn't work out, you have the ability to switch him to wide receiver and see if that works. And then obviously you have the chance to hit the home run. It's like, hey, let's see if he can be effective on both sides. I think it's worth trying to see what it is, right? To see what he can do, and then plan around Travis like that. But the one thing that I will say about Travis, I feel comfortable betting on him as a player to figure out whatever it is in his NFL career he needs to figure out to be a really good NFL player, because he's had these questions since coming out of high school, right? And he's been able to answer them consistently. Now, college is different than the NFL, but this isn't somebody that I think this isn't somebody I wouldn't have that faith in. I think with Travis, from what I see from him off the field, on the field, I think this dude's going to figure it out. Whatever version of what he needs to be in the NFL, he's going to figure it out. You just need to be a coaching staff that's willing to work with it, right? And I think if you work with him, you'll be able to get a very high reward out of him. I know people compare him to like a Dory Jackson or like all these other guys who just weren't as good at their position, right? Jabril Peppers. And the difference, I think, with Travis is that if Travis never played a down of wide receiver, or if Travis never played a down of corner, there's a good chance that he's still the number one player in those position groups, especially if he got years to just straight up train in one position group. So I think Travis, especially with what he's good at, because he doesn't have to, he's not somebody who needs to be a precise route runner to be useful on offense, because he's just so explosive with the ball in his hands. You just throw him underneath, right? Just mesh. Just run mesh with him underneath, and hope the linebacker chases the other side. And then you have Jerry Jeudy and Travis Hunter at a cross point. Linebacker has to choose between one of those two. And you're going to be able to get 8-10 easy yards out of that no matter who you throw to on that, especially if you have David Njoku on that ball route. So, yeah, I'm good with Travis there. I don't think the risk is as high as some people are because, like, it's imagination. But if you just boil this down to what Travis can do and can't do, he has a pretty, like, high floor, in my opinion, like, to be honest with you. So I'm absolutely fine with Travis at 2. Even, like, I would prefer Abdul because, again, me and you, we it's not hard to see the vision. The vision with Travis is a bit more like I'm a bit more nervous about it. But I mean, there's a chance that Travis Hunter's career becomes so successful. People are like, I can't believe anybody was arguing against taking this dude at 2.
It could be. It could be. Like, legitimately, it could be. And this. I want to clarify what I'm saying. I'm not mad at taking him at 2, even if Abdul's there. I'm not going to be upset about it. But if it's up to me, we're going to give Von Miller.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
If Abdul's there, I'm going Abdul because, like, the vision, him and Myles, especially since he got that locked up. Yeah. Look, Myles gonna be happy if he break that single season sack record. I know he said that those stats don't matter. Let's see how Myles feel like when Abdul Carter help him get to 30.
Like, it's the easiest way, and honestly, I think people are underestimating what the Browns need defensively too, because creating pressure when Myles is not on the field has been a bit of an issue.
A big issue.
It's been a bit of an issue, and you've got a ready-made solution that's going to be there at the number 2 overall pick. You go get Abdul, who, listen, I also think about it like this, and I was talking about this on Twitter. I think if they had a quarterback, I would be more open to taking Travis at 2 if they had a quarterback. Because when you tell me that you view him primarily as a wide receiver first and not a corner, my first thought is, okay, his production is directly correlated to the level of quarterback play that you get as a wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like the level. There has to be a certain level of quarterback play for him to be successful. We saw it with Jerry Jeudy last year in those 7 games with Deshaun. How many?
Yeah, you have to have somebody competent there. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. You got to have somebody competent there for him to be successful. If you don't, or so let's say they get Kirk and Kirk is washed, like completely washed.
I will make this argument, though, in that case. If Kirk is completely washed, nobody will benefit from that more than Travis Hunter because all Kirk going to do is throw that bitch off to Travis Hunter. Do you know who had the second most receptions in Atlanta with Kirk Cousins?
Who?
Ray McLeod.
Oh,
why do you think that is? Because he was throwing that bitch off to the flat. Okay. Where do you think Travis Hunter going to be? All right, let me do something with it.
We don't know that yet. But this is my issue. Situations matter just as much as whether or not the prospect themselves is talented. I think Abdul Carter is coming into a situation where he has
I agree.
A great opportunity to be successful right away, like immediately.
I think both guys defensively would be in a great situation because Travis Hunter would also be walking into a situation where you have Myles Garrett on the defensive line and Denzel Ward on the other side with potentially you still got dudes like Greg and Martin there. Like,
I don't know if Greg gonna be here.
Greg probably not gonna be here, but I don't think the Browns gonna give him up for nothing, right? Like, I don't think they're gonna do the here take it that they did with DTR.
No, I think they're gonna trade Greg, and I think they're gonna. This is another thing. We can talk about it. It's already been put out there, so we can talk about it. The Brandon Ayuk thing. That might be a thing.
Brandon Ayuk, Jerry Jeudy. Honestly, if you get Ayuk, it kind of makes me want to take Travis Hunter a little bit more. Because
that makes me want to take him less.
Because here's what I would see the vision being. You got Ayuk, you got Jeudy. So you don't even need Travis to do that much offensively. We're talking about put him in 10, empty, maybe a couple like different 11 looks. have him run underneath, have him run something where you could just like have the defensive attention split between Jerry Jeudy and then Brandon Ayuk and give him something over the middle of the field. Now again, you don't got to run him out there that many snaps, and then defensively, he could be like, I think the impact that you can have on your defense by drafting Abdul Carter and the potential of it could be a little bit higher for your defensive line, but like I wouldn't discount having 2 shutdown corners potentially, what that could do. And I do think you would be, if Travis Hunter is going to be a great corner in the NFL faster, then like Abdul Carter is going to get there as an edge rusher because it takes a little bit more time to get to that place as an edge rusher, right? Even with Myles, he didn't become this version of Myles Garrett to like what, 2020? I think that's when he really.
I think I'd say 2019, but that was the year he got suspended.
The helmet year, right? Like he put it together like at the tail end of that season. He was still great before that, but that's when he started to become like, okay, this is the best defensive player of our lifetime. Like, cool. That's what we're getting right here. I think with a corner, they're going to hit that stride a little bit earlier, right? Because it's less about a transition and more about skill and athleticism. So
my issue with this though is when Andrew Berry says that we view him primarily as a receiver first, because now I'm like, okay, I already feel like I already feel like the process of starting is flawed.
I'm gonna just say that Andrew was just bullshitting us with that. Like
I would hope so. I would hope so, because that's what I'm basing all of this off of. Like, because if you say he's a wide receiver primarily, that's where I'm like, see, nah, I'm not with it.
I think Andrew is saying I feel like he's underrated as a wide receiver.
He should have said that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think that's what the vibe is that he feels like he's underrated as a wide receiver. You know how you get when you feel like somebody underrated and ain't nobody hearing you. You get used to hyperbole. Because he walked this shit back almost immediately.
There's another thing that I found interesting. Like, he talked about Travis a lot when they asked him questions, or asked questions about what.
Man, I just feel like that's a dude they love.
Like, he talks about Travis a lot, but this is my thing. I do genuinely believe that they love Travis and they would take Travis they're considering taking Travis at 2, like, seriously. But they haven't really said anything about Abdul Carter at all. Which
makes me feel like they like him.
This makes me feel like he's the pick. Like, they haven't said anything about Abdul.
It's hard to judge too, because the Browns haven't really been in this position before with this front office. Because even with like
first year,
yeah, and it's like it's hard to judge shit off what they did in their first year, because it might be a case where they're just pretty loud about this, right? They're like, no, what we say is what we're gonna do, and they end up doing some of the stuff that people say they've been going to do for a while. I think my gut tells me that they like Travis a little bit more than Abdul, because if I just think about what Andrew Berry has always showed a passion for loving, it is dudes who are wide receivers like Jerry Jeudy and who could play that zone corner position really well, right? Like, those are 2 archetypes where Andrew Berry has been known to be excited about the prospect of getting on both positions. Travis Hunter is both of those things in one. I feel like Andrew Berry loves Travis. Like, if I'm just and he's young, that's another thing, right? He's younger than Abdul. Abdul's a little bit older than what the guardrails would be for the Cleveland Browns in that pick. Travis is 22 and a half.
He's 22 and a half.
Yeah, let me double check that. But Abdul is older than 21. Right. Oh no, he's 21, but he turns 22 in January-ish. So he wouldn't be.
And he's still in the guardrail then.
He's in the guardrail, but he's in the yellow. Right. I think I looked on this in Jack Duffin's one where he's
Travis is 20.
Travis is super young. He is what, 3 years? Did he do 3 or 4 years? Yeah, 1 year at Jackson, 2 years at Colorado.
Oh yeah, one year at Jackson and then 2 years ago.
Yeah, my man is a true junior.
Yeah.
Did he reclassify? Sometimes that happens. They're about the same age.
Oh, they're about the same age?
Yeah. I think Travis is older. May 18th, 2003, 21. And Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Abdul's younger. Never mind.
We're back.
6
We
months
are back.
Oh,
We're back.
oh, never mind.
Ooh,
Wait, let me make sure I got the right age on Abdul because like 21, he's a true junior.
Oh yeah, you just made the argument for me, buddy.
Dog.
You just made the argument for me. There it is.
Never mind, big dog. I mean, look, it's no contest for me if they're both there. I do wonder if it's a contest for them if they're both there. Yes, 3 straight 3 years at Penn State.
Oh,
1 year as an edge rusher. He has 23 sacks. My God.
Oh, breaking news.
What's up?
From sources are saying that the Cleveland Browns and the Atlanta Falcons are currently in talks to trade Kirk Cousins to Cleveland Browns.
How's that gonna work for money?
To trade Kirk Cousins to the Cleveland Browns.
I wonder how this gonna work.
And these are not Cleveland sources, people. These are not Cleveland sources.
See, now I don't mind Kirk Cousins as a free agency signing, inheriting that contract. I feel
I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying?
If they trade for Kirk Cousins, I'm telling y'all right now, yeah, man, they don't have any faith in this quarterback class.
Yeah, this is ooh. They got to get creative with it, though.
I feel like this is a situation where you gotta this contract has to be completely ripped up.
Or they got to eat most of it.
Who, Atlanta?
Yeah.
Maybe. Are you talking about them eating it and us sending back a sick? Do they need a corner?
So this is what just okay. The Falcons don't have the leverage. The Falcons don't have any leverage.
They don't.
My guess is that they'll have to keep a hefty chunk of Kirk's money on the books.
I wonder how they do that.
But a trade for Kirk Cousins is apparently on the way.
Yeah, they trade for Kirk. I'm telling y'all right now. Feels like no quarterback too.
Man, we got sources on the show. Wow. Sources on the pod. That's crazy.
Yeah, trading for Kirk. That tells me everything about where they feel like this quarterback class. And again, it's been a minute since I've seen a quarterback free agency frenzy like it is now, and I'm like, that's never a good sign for this draft class.
I love how your first somebody said source Domo. No, the source is not Domo. The source is absolutely not Domo. But shout out to our Atlanta / Mississippi homely Domo. Boots on the ground.
Domo and fucking Cole's kicking it with Kirk Cousins while he giving him that real deal. He's like, yeah, man, they saying it's Cleveland.
Somebody said my source is Central. Oh man, source, trust me, bro.
Hey, bro. I mean, it was a whole dude on Twitter went famous for that last year. What was it, the Pretty Ricky guy?
Oh, respect Ricky, because he's back on Twitter.
On Twitter. Yeah, that motherfucker said that we was gonna get
Hargrave,
Javon Hargraves. That shit ain't happened. Okay.
He's in Minnesota.
Yep. Not the first time he's been wrong about the Browns. Look, he might have some shit on something else, but these Browns leaks he be having, they be terrible, bro. Because wasn't he the guy that was like, JOK is not going to get an extension or something like that?
No, that was the one he got right, where he said that JOK was getting an extension. That's the one he got right. But
he got another one wrong, right?
He got some other ones wrong. Somebody was like, your Brown sources has been off, bro. He's like, yeah, I know. The last one I got right was the JOK extension.
We said something. I'm just gonna put this out here, right? That man's sources work for everybody but Cleveland. I feel like there's a reason, right?
Look, man, we're gonna see.
Yeah. If I learned anything throughout these last 4 years, it's like the source game when it comes to shit Cleveland gonna do. You gotta hope it's coming from another building, because if it's coming from Cleveland, you gotta use your detective work. they're just so difficult to figure out.
Oh, Kirk has to Kirk has to waive his no trade clause.
Yeah.
He has to waive. So they're waiting to hear if he's gonna waive it. But Kirk really don't have any leverage either, because like, where else you gonna play?
Yeah.
It may not be his first choice, but like, you also don't have anywhere else that you can play, brother.
Kirk Cousins' first choice.
I don't know. Everybody else got a starter.
I was gonna say, like, where's his first choice?
Unless you want to go to whoever doesn't get a quarterback between the Giants and the Steelers, but like,
hey, look, one thing this draft class has realized very quickly, they looked at the Browns situation, they looked at Tennessee situation, they looked at New York situation, they looked at the Raiders situation, and all of them dudes was like, I want to go to Cleveland. No, Cam Ward out here arguing like us about the Myles Garrett situation.
I love that, dog. He's like, they got out of it. They got out of that. That'll be go.
Look, it's gonna be something you got to answer to with Myles once you get there, right? The same way Duke made it clear that there are some things you're just not gonna comment on with Baker Mayfield. But yeah, every single one of them dudes that everybody was like, oh man, they're not gonna want to come to Cleveland. All them dudes are like, nah, man, please send me to Cleveland. I don't want to go to New York. Like,
okay, so all right, so from the sources, we'll not say where it's coming from.
Tell the homie I said what's up, bro.
I will tell the homie you said what's up. But from the sources, Kirk Atlanta relationship's over. The team is not happy. He got the team fined and docked for a draft pick for tampering.
Yeah.
And they also don't like the fact that he implied they lied about him being injured.
He did put him on blast.
And he refused to help or mentor Penix at all.
Ooh. Oh, he did that Joe Flacco.
And he's unwilling to be a backup, especially to Penix.
Now, Cole, do we want to go there? Hey, why especially Penix?
Might be an issue for Jalen Milroe later. Like, might be an issue for Jalen.
Oh no.
It might be an issue for Jalen.
Kirk.
Hey, you know, Kirk big.
Yeah. We saw the picture. Like,
Trump, you know.
Yeah. No, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of.
I'm just saying, like, I ain't trying to be his mentor. I gotta be his mentor for it.
Hey, Kirk, you want to come here and be Deshaun's mentor? Imagine if Kirk Cousins got benched for Deshaun Watson. Oh, he'd be on One America News the next day. Oh, Kirk, bro. Like,
oh man.
Yeah, it feels like Kirk, Cleveland.
Yeah, it feels like that's about to happen.
Hey, I've been trying to prepare Browns fans for this for a while. We've been trying to avoid it. Will we trade for Malik Willis? Will we do this?
Also, Curtis is in another chat confirming everything that I'm saying, by the way. just want to throw it out there. A man who's on our pod is also confirming what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, gonna be interesting. We gonna get quite the reactions out of anything the Browns do this offseason at quarterback, because it started with Kenny Pickett. They gonna bring in Kirk. Oh, people gonna lose their mind about that one. And then Jalen Milroe. Wherever you draft Jalen Milroe, people gonna have a heart attack.
Yeah, it's gonna be
and I'm keeping a buck with you. Might not even be the worst quarterback room in the division.
No, let's not start that. Let's not start that yet.
Hey man, Kirk Cousins on whatever deal you got to get Kirk Cousins on here, or Aaron Rodgers for $30 million a year. What you trying to do, Cove? Or bring back Russ on 20.
Hey, hold on. Somebody said Kirk ain't trying to help any DEI.
That's what got me, bro. Especially Penix. Like, why especially?
Especially.
Like what was you cool with Desmond Ritter?
If I had to be real about it, it's probably because like when he signed there,
it's probably like it's some of that's in there, right?
He signed there. He probably didn't think that they were going to draft him that high.
Yeah,
and then it happened, and he like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, Cole. I feel like the dude who took his job, being the one guy in the NFL that markets around the do-rag, has something to do with this too. Like,
look, man, listen, man. You know what I'm saying? Kirk may not like a certain element in his locker room. You know what I'm saying?
Which is crazy, Mr. Chains.
Hey, man, with all the chains, you know what I'm saying? Stuff, yeah.
Look, this ain't gotta be somebody we embrace as a person, but we need a quarterback for a year, bro. Like,
Here's what it is. We need a quarterback until the black rookie quarterback that we draft is ready to take your job.
Hey, look, I wonder how he'll feel about being on the bench behind Cade Klubnik. That'll answer this whole thing right now, okay? If he suddenly become a mentor to Cade Klubnik, I'm like, oh, wow, Kirk. Wow.
Or if we draft Will Howard,
he embraces like Will. Big Ten guy. He was in the Big Ten for 1 year, Kirk. He wears 18. People doubt him.
You know who else they doubt?
Jalen Milroe. He can really use your help in understanding how to hit checkdowns. Nah, man. I didn't come here to be a mentor.
Somebody said red hats all in the QB locker room.
Oh, Lord. Deshaun, what did you do, brother?
We sure Jalen not putting the red hat on?
Hey, look, man, I ain't gonna go there. I ain't gonna do that to that brother. Okay, I will not accuse him of that until he has given us proof. Okay,
that man played at Alabama. You never know.
He is a business manager, right? Like business major, right? So I mean, there's a chance, but I ain't gonna do that to him.
Domo, what is your problem? Domo said we need some racism in the life. Come on, brother.
Come on, Domo.
Come on, brother.
Only a man from Mississippi could say that.
He say a lot. He say a lot. He said some. He said some. Not a lot.
Yeah, not a lot, but it's healthy, right? Like that's what he said.
Just enough,
just a little bit to get the competitive spirits going, right? Oh Lord. Hey, one thing's for sure. If you bring in Kirk Cousins, dog, I bet he's like, you better not bring in that Sanders kid. Kirk Cousins Kirk Cousins definitely feel like one of the white dudes that say they use hip hop as like a slur.
It's derogatory what he said.
Like, one of those hip hoppy guys.
Hey man, I don't think Kirk would like any of the top 2 prospects we want to pick in the draft.
Hey dog, and don't ever teach Kirk Cousins what YN means, dog. Like he don't need to be in that conversation at all.
and Abdul Carter practices Islam too, so I feel like that might not go over well with Kirk.
Hey, look, the defense can do what they want, right? The defense can do what they want.
Oh,
he ain't worried about that, dog. Like he not thinking about what JOK out here doing, what Abdul doing. Nah. But you know what he is gonna be worried about? His center, right?
Oh God, I hope we have a new center too, because Ethan Poaching sucks.
Well, you getting Kirk Cousins, brother. Who you gonna get? You gonna bring in Marcus and Bo to play center?
Listen, Kirk, you got to make some concessions here. Got some compromise.
Hey man, Kirk Cousins would mask off so fast this whole season. I'm like, dog, we can never have a quarterback that we just feel good about rooting for. Like ever. It's always got to come with some shit, right? Like,
oh man,
that is crazy.
He'll have supporters in Cleveland.
Well, yeah, we know that. Like, he'll have supporters cove in Ohio.
Yes. Oh yeah. Let's put it that way. He'll have supporters in Ohio for sure.
He will have the majority of Ohio. And God help us, right? Because if Kirk Cousins throws for enough touchdowns, he might become senator, right?
Oh man.
Nah, it's crazy, Kirk. Crazy, especially.
Hey, you ain't let that one go.
Hey, that shit felt personal to me. I don't know.
Especially Michael Penix.
It's like, I'm not backing up, especially him in Atlanta. Hey, hold on, sir.
like he had to know where he signed, bro. Like he had to know.
They only showed him the suburbs. Okay. He didn't know what the games would be like. Hey, he went to the one city in America where they will root for that backup, right? To take your job.
And I ain't gonna lie, Michael Penix was hooping a little bit.
Hey, look, man, it wasn't going to take much. It's the reverse kind of situation, right? I told you, they be bringing out Pastor Troy and be playing all the good music at the Atlanta Falcons games, dog. It's different, okay?
Chris said he only would have mentored half of Desmond Ritter.
Let me meet your mother.
So which parent is you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think Kirk knows the answer to that question.
Oh man,
He be trying to ask Desmond questions about his dad, trying to piece together shit. Like, so what your dad do for a living? Why do you care?
Ooh.
There's another thing about Kirk Cousins that we absolutely cannot hit on the show, but I'll tell you afterwards.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting, but it feels like Kirk Cousins. Like,
yeah, Kirk's gonna be the guy. So
yeah.
It sounds like Kirk's gonna be the guy.
And look, if Kirk throw for like 10 touchdowns in the first 8 weeks, some of y'all gonna be shameless. Some of y'all laughing at the concepts of what we talking about gonna be shameless. One of y'all, statistically speaking, is gonna buy a Kirk Cousins jersey. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm okay with Kirk Cousins being the starting quarterback this year, but you better not buy you no damn Kirk Cousins jersey. Okay.
Hey.
Have some shame.
Double A 12 Master said Tate Ratledge and Kirk Cousins would be Make America Great Again, Shaq and Kobe in Cleveland. Hey, you know what's fucked up? I like Tate Ratledge too. I like Tate Ratledge too. I think they should draft him.
That's my center.
He good. Good RAS score. Started in Georgia.
6'6", 320.
I think he had I think his RAS is over 9 too after the combine.
Mm-hmm. Hey, look, man.
Listen, man, I was like, you know what? He could start. He could take Wyatt's place.
Mm-hmm. Why we gonna get rid of Wyatt? Why go like it just got good around here? What are we doing?
Sorry, gotta get younger. Son.
Oh man.
He said Tate is what they look like. Hashtag need that.
This is more shameless than when y'all was talking about how Colorado need to build an offensive line. This is the second most shameless.
I stand by it. I stand by what I said.
I said they need to build that wall. I was dead.
Need a little bit of that. I need that on my offensive line. I'm sorry.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I
Hey,
mean,
what's that? Hey, man, am I wrong? You can't tell me I'm wrong. You can't tell me I'm wrong.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that's crazy.
Like, what you need on your offensive line? I know what we need. I know what we need.
You need some dudes with them, like white dudes with tribal tats. White dude with a mustache and tribal tat. Huh?
Tay Ratliff's got a mullet. Yeah, that's what I need. So I need on my offensive line.
The aura for like offensive line is just like hilarious because it is like there is a swag to it. It's just not our kind of swag. Like everybody like offensive line be swagless. I'm like, nah, this drip for offensive lineman, dog. Like he got that Jack Conklin, not the Jack Conklin. What was the dude name in Tennessee that was a left tackle?
Taylor Lewan.
Yeah, he got that Taylor Lewan drip going on the one sleeve tat. That's intentional. Like the little bit of hair dripping out the back of the helmet. That's the same thing as wearing them damn arm pads with the dreads hanging out for a running back for us. He even got the V face mask. Nah, he dripped up.
I'm like, I want to ask Tay Ratliff, what does the anthem mean to you, son?
No, don't do that.
What does the anthem
Why
mean?
you trying to set him up?
I need him to answer honestly.
Come on, man. This Browns team already hard enough to root for.
What does that anthem
Why are
mean,
you asking
son?
questions that make this harder? Yeah, Kirk Cousins here. Look, Kirk Cousins. And like the thing that's going to be hilarious is that I don't think he's going to get the same bump everybody else got for not being Deshaun Watson, because now we're in a post Deshaun Watson world. So it's like we were giving Joe Flacco all kind of credit for not being Deshaun Watson. Same thing with Jameis, but you ain't gonna have that contrast to rely on this season.
Nah, you just gotta. He gonna have to go out there and hoop. Unfortunately,
Bro, could you imagine if like Kirk Cousins like flames out in the first 6 weeks and then Jalen Milroe actually looks good and takes over? And Kirk is just sitting there like, not again.
Let me tell you something. That is going to be the most hilarious pod we do all year.
Kirk gonna be real disillusioned with the current administration because he's like, this wasn't supposed to happen with you in office.
The title of the pod will have DEI in it, and we just gonna go from there.
You think Kirk Cousins blames what happened to him in Atlanta on wokeness?
Wokeness got Cleveland too, huh? Ooh, that's gonna be the best pod we ever do.
Oh shit! He got benched and he blamed Joe Biden.
He about to tell Trump cut funding to the city.
Like that goddamn egg price.
Nah, this is the best timeline. They have to draft Jalen Milroe now.
They absolutely gotta go Jalen Milroe.
We gotta get Jalen Milroe. Oh Lord. Oh God.
Oh, I feel so bad for Jalen. He gonna come in there with such a good attitude, trying to learn, and he might get responded to with some crazy shit from Kirk.
Man.
He asked him a simple question about a concept. Kirk's like, "What the fuck you asking me for? Do I look like your coach?"
Damn. Okay.
Like, hold on.
My fault. Goddamn. Okay. I know that's
Who used to do that? Was it it was Joe Flacco used to do that shit, right? Like,
Kenny gonna be, hey, it's gonna be funny to see who Kenny hangs out with the most. It's gonna be funny who Kenny hangs out with the most. That's all I'm saying.
who Kenny?
Yeah, who Kenny Pickett hangs out with the most in the Cooper. It's gonna be funny to see who he hangs out with the most. Because I don't think it's gonna be Kirk.
You telling me Jerry Judy gonna be like, we need to put my boy in? I've seen what he's done for George Pickens. Like,
Can he go over to Jalen and be like, hey man, he tripping.
small hands, bro. They was tripping about that draft hand size too.
And he's like, man, I don't know what he got going on. Anyway.
Both them dudes gonna be looking at the iPad. It's gonna be nothing in the middle of the field. Like, just a blank spot. Like, what the fuck's going on here? Hey man, we honestly, like, I would prefer the Browns would just keep it real with me. They want Lenore Sellers. Okay. Like,
I'm telling you, that's gonna be the quarterback next year.
Yeah. They want Lenore Sellers. Or Cade, right? And don't even play around. Act like you want somebody to start this year. Just go ahead, man. Make me sit through the year and fucking Kirk Cousins and goddamn Kenny Pickett. If you just deliver me something better than this at the end, it's not like Myles can axe out like at the end of next year.
Like, it is what it is. Lenore Sellers, Jalen Milroe quarterback room next year is gonna be so funny.
Hey, Winty.
elite athleticism.
You ain't never heard of us bringing in another quarterback. Like, we gonna be out there goal line, two dudes acting like they about to snap the ball. Who's it going to?
Defense looking around like
yeah, we go out there dual pistol. Like, double barrel.
Lenore Sellers, Jalen Milroe, and Caleb Johnson on the goal line. nothing but offensive line.
Hey man, on the handoff. Jalen Milroe gonna be in practices working on that handoff. 1, 2, the fake, back around. Okay, like,
ooh.
You know what? I wouldn't mind that though. Like, I can find nobody to be a better backup for Lenore Sellers than Jalen Milroe, right? Like,
Literally.
Might be the ultimate Lenore Sellers backup. You imagine you dealing with Lenore's, he runs for 70, you take him off the field, Jalen Milroe, the RPO keeper. Right? Like, the linebacker's gonna be running sideline to sideline all game.
Man, the most elite running game.
The sideline with the baseball cap.
Just mad.
Why won't they let me play?
I can run like that too.
Kirk. Kirk, come on, sit down.
Come on.
I don't even know why you got your pads on, boy. Come on, take them kits off, bud.
Hey, when they call him boy, it's gonna do something to him. That's gonna do something to him.
You think that's what Penix did to piss him off? Was like, hey, what's up, my boy? Kirk was like, my boy.
Excuse me. What you mean?
The hell is on your head? He never takes it off.
He never takes it off. It's crazy.
Yeah, everybody talk about waves. I don't know what the hell they're talking about the ocean for.
Meanwhile, he got 40 different chains on.
It's different when I appropriate it. Right? Like, I wonder if something happened where he asked Michael Penix if he could borrow the do-rag during the win streak, and that's what set it off. Right? Like, excuse me? Like, man, you gonna get the fuck out my face, Kirk? Like, yeah. Because everybody was out here giving him, you're invited to the cookout energy, and he probably took it too far. Like,
oh, man.
Yeah. Kirk Cousins.
I wonder what kind of pick the Browns are gonna have to give up in a trade.
Dog, like a 2026 seventh.
And like it's probably gonna be a day 3. It's gonna be a day 3 pick. Maybe it'll be like a fifth or something. Depending
If
on how
it's
much
a fifth, it's next year.
Yeah, because they're gonna have to eat. They're gonna have to eat a ton of that money for them to even get the deal done.
Yeah, they're just looking to get something.
Like, I'm surprised people didn't know about Lenore Sellers.
Oh, like what he was doing out there in South Carolina?
Yeah, because there was a tweet that was like, take Arch Manning out the equation. Who are the don't take a QB folks excited about next year? I don't see anyone worth taking for. And I was just like, let me introduce you to Lenore Sellers.
That's the thing. They be thinking we just as ignorant as them. We'll be like, I don't want to take a quarterback at 2. Well, who do you think's there? I'll name 6 dudes. They'll be like, well, I don't think they're good. You don't even know who I'm talking about, do you? Like, people are like, Cade Klubnik. Well, he wasn't good his first few years in college. He was good last year, though. Hell, the same people like that asked this question, perplexed Cole, weren't these the same people talking about some they would take Drew Aller at 2?
Yeah.
So what the fuck you telling me? There's no quarterbacks that you would want next year. Like, they know and they're just feigning ignorance to bolster their points, or they don't know and that's not my problem.
Like Lenore Sellers he's crazy, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Yeah. Look, I know I've had this conversation with Corey. I've had this conversation with JP. They do a tremendous amount of work on every draft class, and they could name me like 8 dudes. Okay, like each.
I'm sure they said Lenore's, Arch, even though Arch probably isn't going to come out.
No, they get to 8 without Arch.
No, they don't even say it. They don't even say.
Yeah, they don't really think Arch gonna be out there next year, right? Like,
I don't think he's coming out next year either. Lenore, Nussmeier, Klubnik, Aller. Is Nico?
Yeah, Nico's normally thrown in there as a hypothetical, but not really as like a core name. There's Eli Holston at Pitt.
Yeah.
So there's names. There's
people. There's people to be excited about.
Yeah. Hell, some of y'all wanted. If what's his name went to Miami, what's his name? Carson Beck was in this draft. Y'all be talking about him like y'all talking about fucking Jackson Dart because he's actually.
I forgot Carson Beck went back.
Man, I don't feel good about that thing in Miami, dog. But even Carson Beck, right? Like, if he has a decent year, I mean, like, it's better than taking Jackson Dart in a fucking second.
Yeah.
Cove, have you absolve yourself of your Jackson Dart sentence?
Listen, I never said take that man in the first round. Never said that. Highest I ever took him into my draft was like late 3rd. Now that we've gotten quarterback Cleveland Browns out the way, let's get ready to push the propaganda. What propaganda?
The Cleveland Cavaliers propaganda.
Oh, we doing Cavs talk?
Oh yeah. We're gonna give y'all some Cavs talk.
We didn't even talk about the other dudes the Browns signed yet.
Who? Joe Tryon?
Yeah, and like what's the tackle's name?
Oh yeah, they good. That's really all they cool.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, all right.
I'll talk about them later. And we got plenty of time to talk about all this shit. But you know what you don't get to talk about all the time? A basketball team like the Cleveland Cavaliers. There is expectations and reaching expectations. There is exceeding expectations, and there is whatever the fuck the Cavs are doing this year. Like,
blowing expectations out of the water.
Resetting expectations entirely for everybody on this team's career. Like,
bro, there's people I know who were so down on Evan Mobley before this year. Never me.
Of course.
And now they're like, hey, dog, I think he's a Hall of Famer. I'm like, he's always been that, first and foremost.
He closed the game with the step back 3.
Yeah, you know what? He was 0 for 4 from 3 before that, and he still took that one. And I was like, yeah, that's going to be something serious in like 2 years. That's going to be something terrible in 2 years.
I forget what game it was, but he got a rebound, went tween, heem, hoof, huh, I was like, damn, dog.
I believe he did that.
He didn't used to have handles like that. Like,
I believe he did that to Jared Jackson Jr. Like, I was just like, hey, man, this dude's crazy.
We are not far away from seeing Evan Mobley get a body on a jumper, I believe. Like, he's going to get somebody to fall on one of his dribble moves sooner than later.
He might get there. Like he might get there soon.
He almost had that happen a couple of times this season where I was like,
especially because
ooh.
bigs are usually guarding him. Like,
Yeah.
like it's probably gonna happen where he gets somebody.
Cause he's also like start to work on his ability, kind of like how Darius does it, where Darius can go in, back out, and then back to the hoop. Yeah, and it's fucking filthy for a 7-footer dog.
I know this is a good question though. Will the Cavs have less losses than the Browns? It's in play.
It's really
in
play.
play.
The rest of that schedule is not difficult. The only thing saving it is like, hey, if the Cavs like continue to win out for the rest of the month, which like would be very difficult because there's a West Coast trip in the middle of this month. That's like West Coast time. But like, let's say the Cavs only lose like a game or two in this month, which is very much on the table. They would have locked up the 1 seed. So like the last like 7 games of the season, they're probably not going to play that much of their starting rotation.
Let's actually look at this schedule because, dog, they have 54 wins right now.
Yeah.
They have 54 wins. They've played 64 games. They have 54 wins.
That's nuts.
It's actually
in every single like 8 of those 10 losses. By the way, Cole, the timeline is melted down every time. Could you imagine the Cavs at a regular record?
Dog, they play the Nets today. They should win that game. The Nets have been playing them tough recently, though, but they should win that game.
They're all healthy.
They got the Grizzlies on Friday.
That'd be tough.
That's going to be a tough one. That first game was tough. They got the Magic on Sunday.
1 o'clock on ABC at home.
Clippers on Tuesday.
And look, that's the thing. 10 p.m., 10 p.m., 10 p.m. West Coast.
Clippers, Kings, Suns, Jazz, Trailblazers, Spurs.
So it's a 5-game West Coast trip.
Ooh, that's gonna be rough to get out of there with nothing but wins.
And that's 4 of those 5 games are at 10 p.m. But they're going to lose one of those games for sure.
They're better than the Suns for sure. They're better than the Kings for sure. Way better than the Clippers. They should not lose that game to the Jazz. So that's officially the trap game. The Trailblazers played them tough in Cleveland. They played them tough in Cleveland.
Do we not play Atlanta anymore? I think we only played them 3 times. Why is that the case?
I think
is that because of the in-season tournament?
They might not play them.
Yeah, because I was looking. I wanted to go see them one more time.
No, I don't think they do play them anymore.
Yeah, why they only play them 3 times?
Yeah, that's weird. Hey, they got 2 more games against the Pacers. Hey, they might. Those are the 2 games where I'm like, ooh, they might drop those.
Yeah, but let me tell you something, dog. By April 10th, they're not going to have to play anybody.
They're not.
They're going to have this 1 seed locked up by then.
Like they already can't finish any worse than 5th.
If they win today, they clinch home court and the division.
Like it's insane. It's insane. Donovan Mitchell groin soreness, he's questionable, and Ty is questionable, and DeAndre is out with an illness. They should still beat the Nets.
No, the Cavs can't finish worse than 4.
They can't finish worse than 4 now?
Mm-hmm. If they win today, they can't finish worse than 3.
Ooh. It's really just like, can they break the single season record for wins? I think is the goal now.
Let's see how many wins, because we go through it. 2014 Cavs. I think they got to 50 wins.
I think they got the 50 wins.
Bron's first year back, 53 wins. Have they already surpassed that?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're 54.
Wow.
They're 54. Yeah.
Yeah. 2016 championship Cavs got to 57.
Well, they're going to blow it out of the water.
2016 Cavs got to 51.
So they're already past that.
And in 2017 Cavs got to 50.
Yeah, so they're gonna blow all of that because they're gonna get at least 60.
Yeah, I think the non-LeBron high is 57 wins.
They're gonna pass that. They're gonna get that. So the 2009 Cavs had 66. I believe that's the record.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're just trying to get to 67 at this point.
Yeah, 66 wins. Cavs that year went 66-16.
Yeah, they can get 67 for sure.
And like when you look at this year's team, the offensive rating's almost double what that Cavs team's offensive rating was.
Mm-hmm.
It's
a lot has changed in what, 16 years?
Yeah.
A lot has changed in 16 years.
Yeah, and their defensive rating is in the top 10 of Cavs history this year.
They are, I believe they are one of 5 teams who are both top 10 in offense and defense this year. I think it's them, the Thunder, the Celtics. I want to say the Pacers. And I can't remember who the other team is.
Yeah, right now the Cavs have the 6th most wins this season in franchise history.
Yeah,
already
they'll be number 1.
And if they get to 58, that will jump them up all the way to 3.
Because the first stint LeBron Cavs had 2 teams that won 60 games.
Yeah, his last 2 years.
The last 2 years, they both won 60 games, yeah.
Yeah, which tells you LeBron was that's when he came to form. After that series in Detroit in 07, like, it changed.
He was cooking there. So like they had two different 60-win teams. This team is gonna get 60 wins. It's just like where in the high 60s they end up, and can they push 70?
Yeah, I see no reason for them to push 70.
I don't think they're going to get 70.
Yeah, because 66 gets them the 1 seed, right? As of now.
66 gets them the 1 seed.
That's assuming that Boston that maintains or nobody loses pace.
Yeah.
Well, not even 66. 63. Well, no, 65. Yeah. 65, my bad.
65. Okay, 65 gets them the 1 seed. To break the record, they need 67. I think that's what to shoot for.
I think Tristan Thompson get a double-double in that 68th one.
Maybe.
Yeah, that Tristan Thompson double-double. Let's do it. I'm going to be so hyped for a 20-minute Tristan Thompson game. Yeah, the Cavs are ridiculous at this point. The only thing that makes this interesting, I think what Charles Barkley was talking about this, it's crazy that it's not just the Cavs doing this stuff.
Yeah, the Thunder are doing it on the other end.
Yeah, the Thunder, the Cavs are doing all of this, and there's still only 1 game up on the overall 1 seed conversation.
Didn't the Thunder have 2 more losses than the Cavs now, right?
Thunder are 53-12.
Yeah, so they got 2 more losses than the Cavs.
Mm-hmm. And they lost the head-to-head. Well, I think we split the head-to-head.
Split the head-to-head.
Yeah, so the West is crazy though, because they haven't clinched nothing, but they haven't even officially clinched a playoff spot yet.
Nah, the East stinks. So
yeah, meanwhile the Cavs cannot fall out the 3. And right now the playoffs started today, which I don't know. New York's got a ton of injuries, so they might fall to the 4. But I don't know. They're so far ahead of Milwaukee.
What are the standings?
Milwaukee is 36-27 at the 4 seed, and the New York Knicks are 41-23.
Oh, yeah, this is interesting. 4, 5, and 6 is interesting because Milwaukee's 4, they have 27 losses. Pacers are 5, they have 28. Pistons are 6, they got 29.
Yeah, the Pistons have a real chance to finish 5 or 6 a little bit in 20, but it's not in their own control.
I guess the Cavs, the issue for the Cavs, it looks like they're going to play the Magic again, but maybe not. Maybe they end up playing the Hawks
in the first round.
Yeah, they're either going to get the Hawks or they're going to get the Magic. So that's
what the play-in would be the Hawks versus the Bulls and the Magic versus the Heat.
No, so the play-in would be the Hawks versus the Magic first.
Oh yeah,
to see who gets the 7th seed. We play the Celtics.
I think the Magic will win that.
And then the winner of Heat Bulls
gets to play the loser.
Plays the loser of Hawks Magic for the 8th seed.
We got to take the Heat, right?
I mean, you probably want to play the Magic to be completely honest.
Well, I'm saying if we're just going off of what we think is going to happen, the Heat are definitely beating the Bulls.
Yeah, the Heat definitely beat the Bulls. It's probably gonna be it might end up being Heat Hawks, to be honest with you. Because I can see a situation where the Magic actually end up getting the 7th seed.
Yeah, Detroit and Milwaukee are the 4-5 matchup right now.
Are they? No, I have Bucks Pacers.
You have Bucks Pacers
4-5.
Let me see.
Yeah, I got Bucks Pacers 4-5.
I'm on NBA Magic number. Are you on like NBA.com?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the standings as they are.
Let's see here. Playoff picture. Yeah, Bucks Pacers. But the Pistons could easily get there at 36-29.
Pistons, a Cavs Pistons second round would be funny.
That would.
You
think the Pistons could get past the Bucks?
I don't think they would. They could though. I don't think they will. Cause I think Giannis is the best player in the series.
Yeah.
So
I was watching the Cavs play the Bucks, and I'm like, oh, they got nothing to worry about in the series with Milwaukee.
Because they first and foremost, the Cavs shot like shit that game.
Yeah, and Giannis and Dame went off.
They both went off, and it wasn't close.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they don't.
The Cavs like have a unique ability to defend that whole Giannis thing too. If they really need to lock in on it, and I was like,
how many shots did he take in that game? I feel like he took a ton of shots in that game.
I think he had to. Nobody else was making shots. But let me look it up real quick. Giannis took 24 shots. Yes.
Yeah, 24 shots to get 30 points.
Yep. And he was 4 away from the free throw line.
Yeah, gotta make him work for
minus was dropped 13.
Yeah, like if that's what you got to do to try to get past the Cavs, you not get past the Cavs.
And the thing that was crazy was that the Cavs had nobody score over 20 points.
No, nobody. They shot like shit. Like Mobley had 13. Max Strus led them in scoring. He had 17.
That was season high for Max. Was tied for a season high for Max Strus.
Garland had 13. Donovan Mitchell had 15. Like, yeah, they shot like shit, and they still won by the double digits. The Bucks have nothing. They have nothing. Like
that files under the category of a pretty demoralizing loss because like everybody that you expected, right? Kyle Kuzma got you at least 14, right? Did Kyle Kuzma make anything? 2 of 5 from 3, so he shot 40%. Like you got out of your big 3 what you wanted. And it didn't matter. And I was talking about this on the post-game show for this. I was like, this is like the demonstration of the era change in the NBA because like from 2010 to 2000, well, I guess you could say 2008 when the Celtics won to about 2019 until Kawhi won that championship, it was big 3 dominated basketball. It was like, who are your stars? How many stars can you get? And that was going to dominate the conversation. Your bench be damn. Like you could have fucking Norris Cole play point guard for you. It didn't matter. Right. It's a very different story now. You look at the teams that are dominant in the NBA. They're these deep, long teams, right? These teams like Boston, Oklahoma City, Cleveland. Like those are the 3 best teams in the league. And Boston last year especially had ultra depth, right? This year they're not as deep, which is why I think the regular season record isn't what it was last year. Well, is it?
No,
they were because they were like a 61 team.
They were 61 too last year.
Yeah, they were crazy last year. So like that matters a ton in the modern NBA. And boy, did that lesson get hit home with Giannis against the Cavs because like it's like, yeah, I got 30, Dame got 22, and what Dame got 22, 8 of 19. like all of that happened, but because Dame went 1 of 7 from 3, and you shot 29% from 3, and who's gonna correct for that?
And the Cavs shot like shit that game.
To be fair, the Cavs shot like shit. They still shot 40% from 3.
Like they shot like shit, and they still whooped you.
Darius and Donovan shot like shit. They were a combined 2 of 15.
Yeah,
but everybody else, Max Strus went 5 of 9.
There you go. There you go.
And that's the thing. It's like whack-a-mole. It's like, oh yeah, we got Darius and Donovan shut down. Fucking Max Strus.
DeAndre Hunter only had 6 points. Ty Jerome only had 9.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you clamped down, but then D Wade with 3 for 3.
Yeah. They ain't got nothing for it, bro. They ain't got nothing for him.
Bro, it's that. Is there like a football comp to this where it's like, oh yeah, you out here shutting down both wide receivers, but here come Emmanuel Sanders up the middle, first down, can't get off the fucking field. It's like what Tom used to do. It's like, oh, Julian Edelman now. I guess he's a star.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like it's different. Listen, different guy every time.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's got to be the most infuriating. Because like I watched the Cavs, I'm like, man, these nights where Max Strus decides to make a bunch of threes, you got to just be pissed because the Cavs are hard enough to beat. Like by themselves, let alone if Max Strus is making shots.
Max Strus and Ty Jerome and DeAndre Hunter just fucking cooking you.
No, like the nights, like this is one of them nights where I'm like, see, look, Max Strus ain't do shit. I mean, not Max Strus. Darius Garland didn't do shit. Donovan Mitchell didn't do shit. Evan Mobley didn't do shit. Even Jared Allen had himself like a pretty weak night, 11 and 6. And then like even Ty Jerome, 18 minutes, 3 of 9 from the field, only like 9 points, 1 of 3 from 3. He didn't kill you, but you know who did? Fucking Dean Wade, Max Strus, and goddamn Sam Merrill gave you 9. Like,
listen, man.
You're just like, what do I have to do?
They're good. Like that's why I don't get the 2015 Hawks comparisons, bro. I'm like, hey man, this team is so much better. It's so much better than the Hawks team.
All but 2 players scored in that game. Like Jason Tyson and Craig Porter didn't score in that game against the Bucks. Those only 2.
Like, come on, man. They are good. They are good. Really fucking good.
Yeah. And like they had lineups with DeAndre Hunter out there, and it was like, oh, that wall for Giannis is real. Like he was getting real mad.
Bro, the Cavs floor to me is the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah. So we're looking at these brackets, right? 1 seed. That's what Miami. You could probably play Miami 1-8. Like Miami might be a really tough 4 or 5, maybe even a 6-game series because they do all that heat culture bullshit. But if you play the Hawks, I think that's gonna be wrapped up pretty easily. The Magic, that'd be wrapped up pretty easily.
They wrapped that up pretty fast.
Yeah, that'd be wrapped up. And the Bulls, God help them.
Yeah, they should be fine no matter who they play in the first round. They should be fine. Even like second round, like if they play the Bucks. Yeah, if they play the Bucks second round, like I think they're gonna clean them up pretty fast. The Pacers are the one team where it's like I think they're sneaky pretty good.
I think the Pacers are annoying. Yeah,
I think the Pacers are I think the Pacers are the team that the Cavs and the Celtics would both like to avoid the most because I think they're the other team, the only other team in the East that I think can make it like they can make a series a little interesting for either of them.
Now you know what my soul wants. I want to beat New York in New York.
They got the 3 seed locked up though.
Yeah, they're not gonna fall.
They're gonna play the Celtics.
Yeah, I would have loved for New York fans. Imagine the Cavs swept them, and then you know how New York fans get. They down 20 in game 4. Boo! I'm just sitting there like,
Ooh. Shout out Riot. Polymarket says Titans have a 61% chance of them trading the first pick. Get interesting. Interesting.
None of this feels like a team that wants to take a quarterback number. When have you heard this much indecision around a team taking a quarterback at number 1 overall?
It's been a while.
Has it ever happened?
If it has, it's been a long time.
Because usually if you're taking the quarterback number 1 overall, it's like maybe the indecision is who you're going to take number 1 overall. Like it was with Bryce Young and CJ Stroud. But if the debate shouldn't be whether you about to trade or take a quarterback. I feel like you telling yourself the answer by even having the conversation about trading the pick, right? Cole, I've been made to feel crazy this whole process because people have told me that this is crazy for me to think the Browns maybe should consider not taking a quarterback here if there's this many people not wanting to do it. And I just hope that once we get past this draft and get to the season, I am not made to seem crazy anymore. Okay, like I feel like I'm being gaslit on a weekly basis.
Bro, I know people want them to say. I know people want them to have a franchise quarterback. We want the Cleveland Browns to have a franchise quarterback. Let's be clear about that. I say all of that to say, I really don't think they want to take a quarterback. I don't think the Browns want to take a quarterback that high, man. I really don't. I really, really, really don't.
Yeah.
Oh, the Giants have narrowed the gap in the race to land Aaron Rodgers. How hilarious would it be if the Pittsburgh Steelers couldn't beat out the fucking New York Giants?
Hey, bro, if they got to turn back to Russ and be like,
yep.
Hey, Russ.
That old thing.
You think Russ gonna be like, nope, no?
Oh no, he gonna sign that deal.
What the fuck else he gonna sign, right?
Yeah,
like what, Pete Carroll ain't want him, right? Like this been a real.
It's either them or us, brother.
Hey man, what if he hit him with the retirement, the petty retirement?
Oh, what the Steelers gonna do? What the Steelers gonna do?
Hey, bro, who they got on the roster right now?
Got to trade up for a quarterback. Got to trade up for Shador.
I would gladly. Hey, Pittsburgh, give us your next first. Give us your 3 first. Give us 3 first and a second. And you know we gotta get you that division tax, right? So that's where the second come in. And then you know what, dog? I'm gonna need 2 players because you're in division. You want us all quarterback and no?
You can come get him right now.
Because like right now, if I search Steelers quarterbacks right now, Kyle Allen. That's who they got. Skylar Thompson and Kyle Allen.
Yeah, they got to beg Russ to come back.
Hey, that doesn't seem like a team that's going to have to start Jameis.
Oh, the most hilarious season of all time, Jameis.
Because they've kind of closed the door on Russ, dog. They've openly negotiated with 2 separate quarterbacks.
Tried to get Justin. Justin said, fuck off.
Justin 20. And Justin got outplayed by Russ. You know, Russ is like, well, if he's worth 20, 25.
For real. That is.
Yeah, 25 over 3. I'm on security. What the fuck else you gonna do?
They don't have a choice. They gotta pay him.
Ooh. They cannot lose.
I'm
also the thing I like to point out, man. New York, they seem like, hey, man, we'd rather go for fucking Aaron Rodgers. Don't none of this feel like it's a good idea to go quarterback this early, man. I feel like they've been trying to tell us for like months. Don't nobody want to do this. Like,
I wonder who's going to trade up to 1.
Bro, think about what's going on in the top 3. The Browns are talking about trading for Kirk Cousins. The Giants are talking about paying Aaron Rodgers. The Raiders have already traded for their quarterback. Ain't no market. Everybody's looked at this quarterback class, and we need to have access to the meme. Ooh, brother. Ooh, what is that? No.
You need to put that in the soundboard.
Ooh. Like that is the look that every single GM has given this quarterback class post-combine. Everybody is out here with a rush being like, we need to get somebody. The Browns might trade for 2 quarterbacks that feel like they want to draft one. Like,
giving up draft assets.
Yes.
For quarterbacks.
When they need cheap labor, right? Like,
to be fair, Kirk's gonna be cheap. You know,
yeah,
cheap, but
you're not cheaper than a 5th round pick, right? Like, when there was a trade market for Kenny Pickett, that tells me everything I need to know about what's going on at quarterback, which is everybody has analyzed this situation thoroughly and been like, yeah, I don't want to be the one that do it. Like, but maybe somebody else wants to. Just ain't gonna be no market there. So if you're the Browns, get ready to pick it too. Like,
oh man.
Yeah, man. Nothing screams to me more that quarterback is just not what teams are looking for right now in this draft. Also, let's think about this, Colb, going back to last year. The justification for taking Michael Penix and Bo Nix earlier than they were projected was precisely, we think that next quarterback class sucks. Like, that's literally what they said to us. Like, they said, we think that class sucks, and we feel much better about getting a guy this year than next year, even if we're reaching. Hey, man.
Oof.
Ain't nobody trying to do it.
Ain't nobody trying to. Nobody wants a quarterback, dog. Like, nobody wants to take a quarterback that high. Except the teams who are really, 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 really desperate.
They are, dog. This is the thing. They are, and they're quelling that desperation anywhere but the draft. Daniel Jones, 13.5. Fuck it. Aaron Rodgers, if he signs for more than the vet minimum, it's desperation.
That's just...
Yes.
Oh,
the Browns trading for Kirk Cousins. Oh, we're desperate. We need somebody to start. We ain't that desperate. We ain't gonna take nobody at 2 though. Like,
oh Lord. The argument we really need to be having is the argument between Travis and Abdul, to be completely honest with you.
That's really what this comes down to. And honestly, it's not much of an argument. It's who's there. Because if Travis is gone, then that means Abdul's there. If Abdul's gone, well, that means Travis is there.
I do wonder who they would. I do wonder, like, if somebody trades up to 1. Like, how hilarious it would it be if the Giants trade up to 1 and they took Travis?
It's not out the question.
How hilarious would that be? I'd be like, well, that solves that.
Okay, cool. Abdul, let's go.
Oh, that would just be fucking hilarious.
Hey, Shedeur Sanders, I need you to listen to me on this one, brother. You don't need to be at the draft.
Oh, you think he fall out the first?
I'm not saying he's going to fall out the first. I'm just saying he's not going to go in the top whatever. And his dad is Deion Sanders. His dad will most certainly be there at the draft with him. His name is Shedeur Sanders. They going to give you that goddamn Brady Quinn treatment on ESPN. Every
Not
pick.
Brady.
Side by side reaction of Shedeur Sanders. And nah, man, celebrate your draft in private. You don't need no cameras there. You don't need no cameras. You can't edit. Okay.
Okay, so where, like, how far do you think he would fall? Like, honestly.
If he doesn't go in the top 3, he could fall to like the late 20s.
I don't think he would fall. I don't think he would fall past Pittsburgh.
You think Pittsburgh would take him?
I think. I mean, you got to come up. You got to come up with something there. Like, if he's there, but the thing about Pittsburgh is they traded their second round pick too. So they traded their second round pick this year.
No, they gotta go for somebody, right? Like
you can't. They would have to do it, to be completely honest. They have to do it.
Take Shedeur?
Yeah, I feel like they got to do it if he's there.
But Pittsburgh, one of them organizations with conviction. So, like, if they like Shedeur, maybe, but like, I can see them looking at that and being like, "Nah, that's not for us."
Nah, I can see Mike Tomlin looking at that and be like, "Yep."
This multiple ways. I have no idea how Mike Tomlin would interpret that situation. I can see it both ways. I can see Mike Tomlin going like, "That's too much noise for me from the quarterback position," because like you look at Mike Tomlin's quarterbacks, talking about Ben Roethlisberger, Mason Rudolph, Mitchell Trubisky, right? Like Russ. These have been his guys. They don't feel like Shedeur. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
Let me ask you something. If he falls out the first, do you do it second round?
Yeah. If he
Yeah.
falls to like 27, I consider trading up for him. Give up like a fifth or a fourth, move up for him. It's worth a shot.
It would be hilarious if they end up with Travis and Shador. Like if they actually ended up with Travis and Shador, that would be hilarious.
Yeah, the Browns would be like the most popular team in the NFL out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, most popular team in the NFL.
You would forget that Myles Garrett is the best player on the goddamn team.
That would be.
Could you imagine celebrities on the sideline?
For the fucking Browns games, dog.
I feel like Kevin Stefanski would see that vision and be like, no. You don't want that tomfoolery on the sideline. Bro, you imagine Plies just at the Browns game?
Plies on the Browns
Wallow at the fucking Browns.
Wallow and Gilly at the Browns game.
Yeah, running down the sidelines, dapping up dudes. Like, what the fuck is going on?
The fucking Joe Budden pod at the Browns game.
Is that Rory and Mal? What the fuck is going on?
They're not even on the Joe Budden pod no more.
I know. Just random podcast guys there. Like, what?
Oh man. Oh,
like, ain't no way little baby at a Browns game. Like,
oh, that would be funny. Nah,
that'd be hilarious, dog. It could happen though.
It really could. Like if he fell into the 20s, I'd be like, you know what?
I am not convinced that the Browns don't think that Shador is not their number one quarterback on the board. I just don't think they value that position that highly this year. Not the value the quarterback. I just don't think they value where they have number one because like their board's probably like, hey, late first. And if Shador's there late first, I think they move up and be like, yeah, we feel pretty good about that. I feel pretty good about it. Like if you get Abdul Carter late, get Shador, like would I have liked to get Josh Connerly or a tackle? Sure, but them tackles might be gone by like 20 something, man. You seen this bullshit the Texans doing? Ain't no tackle gonna make it past them.
Yeah, they got to take Connerly or Ursary or somebody. They got to take somebody.
Yeah, and what?
Josh Simmons.
If the 49ers do trade Brandon Ayuk, that'd be what, June, and we'll know what they're gonna do if they like take Ted or somebody.
No,
like that.
so the 49ers, I think the date they have to move him by is April 4th. Because he has like bonuses that trigger, and I think they have to guarantee his 2026 salary.
Hey, if we turn pick 93 into Brandon Ayuk,
why? I don't even think they had to give up 93.
You think it's lower than that?
He coming off an ACL and an MCL injury.
What was it last year? Second, and Amari Cooper.
Yeah. Like say, what if they got to give up like a fourth?
Oh yeah, if you gotta give it like 104, yeah, okay.
Okay.
I'm saying like late comp third, fourth round pick, probably get it done.
Probably.
And that deal's not that bad early on. It doesn't hit until 2027.
And I think they can really like.
The problem that the 49ers have is that they have to pay Brock Purdy, and I think what they have realized is that they're gonna pay Brock Purdy.
Yeah, so they gotta get rid of value.
And they're not going to be good. And I don't think they think they're going to be great anytime soon because they just shipped off Debo. The problem is that they have so much dead cap right now. They have like $60+ million in dead cap. And if they trade Ayuk, that'd be like another 18.
Ooh.
So that's where I think they're going to struggle with it, right? So maybe it's going to be interesting to see how they maneuver it. Maybe they want like another cheap player on the contract or something like that. But it's going to be maybe we can trade him Kenny Pickett.
Brad is saying that Kirk doesn't want to be here. So,
Kirk don't want to be here.
That's what they're saying. It's like Kirk don't want to come here.
Okay. Myles didn't want to come here 2 months ago either.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
You can't stay in Atlanta, buddy. So I don't like.
Hey, bro. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I have heard that like the Nick Chubb thing that's still on the table for the Browns. I don't know why Mary Kay wrote a eulogy, but that was so strange.
I mean, if he's gone, he's gone. It's one of those things where like,
yeah. Look, bringing Myles back makes that a lot easier to stomach.
like it is what it is. Like I completely understand if he's gone. If he comes back, obviously I'm not going to be upset about it. But if he's gone, it's a great running back class. It is what it is.
I would just like to give him that one more year. I just don't want to see that man play for the fucking Steelers.
Let's see. Curtis has thoughts about Brad's reporting.
What Brad report?
Brad's basically saying that Kirk doesn't want to be here.
Oh,
or he doesn't want to come to Cleveland. Personally, I believe what my person was saying, but we'll see.
We'll see. It's a lot of smoke.
Yeah, we'll see what's going on. Zach Jackson said that he thinks Kirk will be here by the weekend.
I'm inclined to believe that that's the case.
Yeah, I think that's the case too.
I just don't see logically, because I can understand how you can hear something, but again, anything you hear from the Cleveland Browns, wildly hard, not reliable information, right? Like that's the thing in this game. It's like when I hear stuff and it's coming from the Browns, I tend to use my investigative eye more than I use my like rely on what I hear, because I've learned Browns will put shit out there that's accurate. Okay, like they are. You got to make sure it's not coming from Cleveland itself.
Yeah, you got to figure out where on the other end where it's coming from,
and then figure out why it would come out, right? Because Cleveland don't let shit out. So yeah, we'll see what happens with this Kirk.
Like I said,
if we just look at it
on my end, it's coming from somebody who's not associated with the Browns.
And everybody I know that's covered the Falcons that I've seen during like the offseason stuff when I went to the Senior Bowl, first thing they talk to me about is Kirk Cousins. Will we go trade for Kirk Cousins?
like, come on.
Yeah.
Like,
it's been going on for a while.
He's going to be a Brown. They go work out the trade.
Let me tell you, Atlanta will take anything.
Literally, they have no choice, bro. They have no choice. It's either pay him to be there.
I was like, y'all want Obo Okoronkwo? Yeah. They need edge rushers like bad, dog. Like, look, we just signed Joe. I think Joe's a replacement for Obo. I wouldn't be surprised if Okoronkwo was a part of that deal. Like, the Falcons need edges like tomorrow. They have no edges on that roster. Have you looked at their roster?
No, I haven't actually.
No, they have only talked about edge rushers in the first round. Yeah. So I think they would be interested in that. I see Curtis is fighting it out on the timeline about Joe Milton. What a time to be alive. Whew. We down bad, y'all. With people crashing out about Malik Willis, I was like, it's bad. We have somehow re-entered the 2022 draft, dog. Like, we were arguing about should we go Malik Willis or Kenny Pickett. Like, it's just gonna be that kind of year at quarterback. Nobody's coming to save you at quarterback this year. It is what build that run game, run that ball. Play good defense and try to win around it. That's our only hope.
Oh, Leonard Floyd is now a Falcon as we speak.
They needed edges.
Somebody saying Curtis in the trenches over Joe Milton. This might be worse than 1-31. Curtis, get out the trenches. Get out the trenches about Joe, man.
Curtis, it's been bad, bro. Like the amount of quarterbacks you've been forced to argue about.
That's the thing. Nobody forced them to argue about
for Joe Milton. I don't want that man on
No. You're having to argue against Joe Milton right now.
Yeah,
like you've been having to argue against Sam Darnold. You are fighting a two-front war, my guy. Like,
come on, man. Why are you making your life so much harder? You ain't got to do that.
Hey man, when I see Joe Milton propaganda on my timeline, that's where I cross the line. That's where I cross the line. That's
You
where
just
I
gotta learn
say
how to
no.
ignore that bullshit, bro.
No.
You gotta
Wait,
that
Cole.
bullshit.
Cole, we mentioned how the Falcons needed a pass rusher. You want to know who one of their starters were last year?
Who?
D'Angelo Malone.
Who
36.1 defensive grade on Pro Football Focus.
That's probably why I don't know who he is. Like,
ooh, they need edges. And they need cheap edges because they ain't got no money.
Oh man.
Yeah.
When the Kirk trade goes down, just remember who told you first.
It's gonna be interesting, right? Because it was interesting to see when you were talking about the Myles deal, how all of a sudden a report comes out 2 days later. There's no chance of the Browns signing an extension. When I saw that report, I was like, "Oh yeah, it should get done, dog." That shit is getting done because if they're leaking that out, like every time the Miles's camp tried to make it seem more extreme, I'm like, they're getting more desperate.
Yeah, that report came out.
What they had a DD Kinkabala out here talking about he gonna retire. I'm like, all right, bro, you signed this fucking contract. Like you done kicked and screamed your last breath. You're not about to fucking retire. Like
he said, what did they say? Did they say it was wasn't it on an OBR? Like after me and Dennis were like, Myles not going anywhere, and OBR was like, no extension is being worked on despite the internet rumors or whatever. And then we were like, okay.
I don't know if it was the OBR, but I do know Mary Kay came out with the report, right?
And then she switched, and then she turned up. She switched up like immediately,
and then she switched back, and then and this again, the problem with going with sources inside with the Cleveland Browns organization is that you're not going to get the straight answer from them, which is why the Browns get such salty coverage from beat reporters. Like if you've ever wondered it, it's because they do shit like this. Like if you ever wonder why Daryl Ryder always got an attitude, ooh, they be flipping that boy. like, mm-hmm. What was the dude? Is it Axelrod? Was he here for Baker?
Ben's been here.
No, there was a Baker dude. He was here for Baker Mayfield for a while. And then
he was that's not Ben Axelrod. That was
Ben Axelrod's awful announcing, right?
Yeah, he's awful announcing. You talking about dude who was at ESPN Cleveland? I can't think of his name now. I can't think of his name right now.
Somebody in the comments knows, but yeah, he kept getting
played. Jake Trotter. He kept getting played. Jake Trotter.
Yeah. Like Mary Kay, the amount of articles she done wrote about Deshaun Watson, like, why do you keep falling for this? Like everybody knows that that's not what they doing.
Yes, it'd be funny. It'd be funny to me.
Yeah, I don't even know if they even speak to Tony Grossi anymore. But like every time Tony tries to come in there and say something, they be like, no.
Oh, and OBR said no way Myles was getting traded. Brad was the one who said like no extension talks despite rumors. So I apologize, OBR. It wasn't everybody.
I'm about to say they still employ me, Cole.
I was gonna say, yeah, we're cool. Like, I'm cool with all the OBR guys. Like, you
gonna have me to Slack defending you.
like the vast majority of the OBR guys are on the same page.
Hey, look, man, I rock with all my guys. You know, whether we agree or disagree. Okay. But yeah, it's been interesting to see exactly how this offseason has gone down. Let me tell you something else. This is the end of free agency as we know it.
Yeah.
And we are back to old school free agency, which is you better trade for that man.
Oh, man. It's about to be funny. It's about to be funny.
Yeah, man. I can't believe the Browns were able to money with Myles Garrett like that. 2030? I thought he was going to get like a little 3-year, 2030, 6 years.
He's locked in.
Cleveland to Canton.
He's locked in. He ain't going nowhere.
Hey, look, they said we might trade you at the end. You get the little Von Miller years. Like we might do that at the end, but you talk about your prime brother, we own that. Like, that's what that contract probably not tradable till year 4. It's with 34-year-old Myles Garrett, 35. Yeah, we'll let you go. We got a new window.
Oh man, it's gonna be funny. It's gonna be funny.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins to Cleveland. Atlanta's definitely gonna probably try to work out a trade. I'm shocked that the Browns. Maybe the Browns looked around and been like, "Damn, bro, we really don't want to have to pay Russ." Like, is Russ the option that people are like, you know what, fuck it, we'll take Cam Ward? like if it gets to Russ, is it like, you know what, Cam Ward don't seem that bad to me no more? Like,
listen, it is what it is. You gotta do what you gotta do.
That's how I felt about trading for Derek Carr. If it came down to trading to Derek Carr, I was like, you know what, just take Cam. Fuck it. Like, let's see it out. Like,
somebody said get ready for Mac Jones or Minshew. Oh Lord.
who said that?
Gardner Minshew?
No, who said that?
Blank slate, man.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here. You not just say Mac Jones. Do not put that on me. Mac Jones.
Y'all did not have to actually ban that man in his comments from the chat, dog. Curtis, you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to do that.
Like, Curtis felt that shit too. Hey, did you time him out or did you ban him?
It says ban for what I'm looking at.
No, I think timed him out. I just timed him out. I put him in timeout.
You put him in timeout for like 10 minutes.
Put him in timeout. Put him in timeout. Let him sit there and think about what he said.
No, you gotta be in the penalty box for that. Like, come on, man. Mac Jones? Like in the Lord of our year 2025?
Oh, he might get banned for that.
With Mac Jones. Oof. No. This is an anti-Mac Jones propaganda place. I'm sorry. Then he said Gardner Minshew too. That was just nasty. Like, come on, man. Come on. All right, man. We got anything else? You want to spread some Lakers propaganda?
No, everybody hurt. So no Lakers propaganda this week.
Yeah. Do you really think they can win a championship? In your heart? Because I know you truly believe they can get out the West.
I do truly believe they can get out the West. They're healthy. Title's a little bit harder.
Wouldn't it be crazy if Brian lost to the Cavs in the finals?
Dog, that would be so wild. That'd be so wild. I'm gonna be real with you though. I think the Cavs are like the worst matchup in the world for the Lakers.
That's what I'm saying though. Like if they did, if there's one team the Lakers are like, absolutely, we cannot play them.
I think that is a god awful matchup for the Lakers.
It's the team that can keep an elite big on the floor at all times.
Like that is the worst. That's the worst matchup in the world for the Lakers.
Since they could give you 48 minutes of a center on the floor, and then they got DeAndre Hunter they can throw at you too.
And on top of that, like they got Darius Garland and
y'all don't got like a pro shit.
Like that's the other part of it because I know Luka's gonna get his. Like Luka. He's gonna get his. Austin Reeves can probably get his shit off too, but they can't guard Donovan Mitchell or Darius Garland. Like they're not gonna be able to guard them.
That pick and roll is gonna be nasty.
Like they're not gonna be able to guard them at all. Like you get them in an ISO situation, they're not gonna be able to stay in front of them. So now they're penetrating. They're in the middle of the defense. Now Jared Allen and Evan Mobley getting
another back
dump offs.
Yeah.
And then you got DeAndre.
And then now you just to that, and they doing the swing pass thing and getting the open three to fucking Max Strus.
That is a bad matchup for the Lakers.
Yeah.
Like that's the terrible matchup for the Lakers in the series.
Yeah, that'd be pretty rough.
I'm not gonna lie though, Cavs Lakers. Well, really, LeBron versus the Cavs finals. That's gonna do numbers. Like that.
I think the first two games will do numbers.
No, every game's gonna do numbers because even if they're gonna lose, people are gonna tune in to see him lose.
That's true. That's true. Now I don't know if I'm gonna love who ends up being on our side for the Cavs in that kind of scenario because I feel like a lot of that extra, like, you know how people get with Bron.
It's gonna be real corny. It's gonna be real stupid. It's gonna be real stupid.
It's gonna be the people that's like Bron should even have his number retired type people, and it's like, all right, bro. Like,
yeah. It's gonna be a bunch of weirdos, but there's also the possibility that Luka and Bron just backpack the whole series. And they go the other way.
Everything.
Just backpack the entire time. Like,
I'm waiting for that Evan.
You know how Bron get when he played Cleveland too.
Well, he hasn't really won in Cleveland the last couple of years.
Last couple of times, but if they play in the finals, he showing out 1,000%.
Yeah, but Bron like 40, bro. Like, how much energy is he really gonna have?
Whatever he got left, you gonna see it in Cleveland.
It's gonna be like in 20. Remember in 2018 where it was like he had that one game. Like, he had that left in him. And that was it. Right? Like, if you withstand, like, Bron gonna give you that one game. If you could withstand that one Bron game and the Luka 40-point game that he's gonna put on, then you're good. Right? If you give them any life on those two performances that they're gonna get, it's gonna be like a 6-game series. And who knows?
It's probably gonna go 7. You don't want to go 7 with Bron.
Yeah, like the longer the series goes, the more concerned you get about it. You don't want to go 7 with Bron. You don't want to go 7 with Luka.
Could you imagine game 7 in Cleveland? LeBron on the other side.
It'd be so awkward, bro. You know what? I kind of don't want this to happen. We're gonna dismantle every bit of progress we done made with that man.
Ooh, I would be so happy. I would have to find a way to be in the building. I have to find a way to be in the building for that.
What is that? Retires Bron?
Oh, all Laker gear. I'll be in all Laker gear too.
That'd be crazy. Down 0-3. Just let's go.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
By the way, Colb, if y'all do lose, y'all do play us in that series and lose in an embarrassing way, yeah, man, just mute them Twitter mentions for just come to Blue Sky for like a month. Okay?
No. I'm standing tall. I'm standing strong. It is what it is. Y'all got me. Y'all got me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Every dog has his day.
Curtis is rubbing his hands like Birdman, waiting to get that get back after what you did to him this weekend.
It's cool, man.
Worst part about Curtis is that he can only get it back on you because I don't think me and him have opposing interest in teams outside of what?
I don't know if he has a WNBA fandom.
I don't think he feel that hard. I don't think he feel that strong about it. You know, it ain't hitting him here, right? Like
I have no WNBA team. I just watch it for the sake of watching it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's the thing, Curtis. You can get your lick back on Colb and something embarrassing happens to the Lakers. Unfortunately, me and Curtis are aligned for the rest of these teams.
I'm staying on business. It is what it is. Come find me. I ain't hard to find.
Mostly if the Browns do something embarrassing, that affect him too.
Hey, man. It's all good because I'm gonna make fun of Manny regardless because he's a Celtics fan.
Who, Manny?
Yeah.
We gonna get that.
We gonna get that. We all gonna be united for that one.
It's amazing how everybody hates Boston.
Yeah, how could you not?
Because people kind of hate the Lakers, but Boston, everybody fucking hates them.
In my opinion, it's the hate for the Lakers is mostly based in jealousy. Because I feel like
now you saying shit that's making me remember why people hate the Lakers.
I'm being real though. I feel like it's everything just goes right, even when it's not supposed to go right for the Lakers. The Lakers try to do things the wrong way, and it still ends up going fucking right because it's the fucking Lakers. That's just how that shit goes. As a fan, I can understand
a lot to repair y'all image.
I mean, they got even before then. What do you mean? Even before then?
Yeah, I'm not saying that y'all weren't good before Kobe. I'm saying Kobe did a lot to prepare y'all image because he made y'all a lot more likable.
Yeah, it's the GOAT. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody loved Kobe. But before Kobe, it was that y'all like the Yankees. Y'all just be buying shit. But y'all don't really be buying shit no more because y'all ain't got money like that.
No, but they weren't even really buying shit. It was just
y'all would give these crazy trades and all this
stuff. Teams would do dumb shit. They would just do dumb shit, and now the Lakers.
The Luka trade is the most recent Laker bullshit trade. Well, nah, both the Kobe trades.
What do you mean? Oh, Kobe getting traded to the Lakers, and then what? And then what?
Well, I mean, the Chris Paul trade's the one that didn't go your way, but Kobe getting traded to the Lakers and then getting the the trade, the Kwame Brown.
Oh, get Powell.
Yeah. Which is amazing that two of those. I'm shocked that Stephen A. Smith didn't do a full on rebuild. I mean, not rebuild, but a reboot of that rant for Luka Doncic.
Nah, he wasn't gonna do that because he had to shit on AD. He's not gonna shit on AD. You can't do that.
I mean, when he about for one first round pick.
You can't shit on AD like you do Kwame. Like you can't do
Kwame Brown. He's got small hands.
He was cooked. He did not have to do Kwame like that, bro. He did not have to do that. He was doing a lot. I ain't gonna lie. He was doing a lot. He was doing a lot on Kwame, dog.
No, young Stephen A. Smith was just ruthless.
Yeah, he was.
Because that's when he didn't know none of these people. Now he do, right? Now he's to the point to where, like, if he say something crazy about Bronny, LeBron's gonna run up on him. Like,
but yeah, like back to the point though, like I feel like the hatred for the Celtics is just like pure hatred, like uncut, raw hatred.
Boston don't even got to be good and you enjoy their failure.
Yeah,
like you don't ever feel bad for Boston.
And I feel like people just hate Boston fans.
This is everything about them. You know?
Universally, I just feel like people hate Boston fans.
Like you ever, in college, you meet somebody, you like, oh man, they seem cool, and they come out with that fucking Boston sports team hoodie, be the Patriots. You're like, yeah, can't fuck with him.
like Jack said, Boston fans are super racist too. Like everybody knows.
It'd be a brother that be pulling that shit out. I still be like, nah, I don't even think you racist. I just think you like Boston.
Utah is lucky that the Jazz have never been relevant. Like seriously,
I think it's more like because Boston fans will act like they aren't the benefit of a lot of the stuff that they claim is going on in the league. Like when they had Brady, they were like the league's against us, and it's like you have Tom Brady, like Mr. Tuck Rule himself, and then like the Celtics are annoying to me because they win one championship. And then they swear to God they got a three-peat. Like they'll act like it's a three-peat for winning that one ring. To this day, like the 2008 Celtics, still out here acting like they won that era. Like you got one ring,
and the team that you beat got that link back later.
The Lakers,
like got that link back later.
Yeah. They act like none of that happened, right? The game 6 Bron face, all of that shit, like just did not dismantle that team.
Lost to Orlando the following year.
Mm-hmm. They don't ever talk about that. But boy, when they win that one championship, Colb, you would swear they in the middle of a dynasty. I've seen Laker fans win a championship. They weren't like this, okay? Like, it wasn't like this. But Boston fans, like this year, they've been so fucking annoying. like they just been like, oh, nobody can touch us. Nobody's on our level. And I understand why you would feel that way. Y'all a very good basketball team, but come on, dog. It's two teams out here doing some historic shit. You might be touchable.
I hope the Cavs do that. I hope they do it.
Imagine the Cavs do something shocking like against them.
Like
and then Boston fans are booing this team.
I really hope they win that series.
Mm-hmm.
I really hope they do.
Dude, imagine how hyped we're going to be for an Evan Mobley 50 ball against the Celtics. Like he has that breakthrough moment against the Celtics on Kristaps. Like imagine that dunk that Donovan Mitchell got on Kristaps, but it's Evan Mobley doing it.
I'd be like, ooh.
Oh, yeah. Like, oh, yeah, we getting lit. We're like, book the hotel, brother. We going to the finals. Like, it's over. Okay. Let him get one of them two-hand, kick him off kind of dunks. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Go home. Go home, Boston. It's over.
Oh, man.
Darius Garland get one of them stops on Jason Tatum. Yeah, man, it's over with, dog.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, though. I ain't gonna lie. Jason Tatum, that brother is cold. That is
Nah,
that brother is cold. I can't lie about that.
Yeah, that man shooting. He's making some shots. He's pretty good. But yeah. We got super chats.
Yeah, we got a couple we can go over. All right, the first one is from Ackline. I think he said, Q, I heard you say if we don't win at least 8, everyone's getting fired. Why do you think that is? Do you think they should be? Also, Travis Hunter, wide receiver or cornerback?
It all depends on how you win 8 or how you don't win 8. Right. The record doesn't get you fired in football as much as the journey does. So, I mean, there's ways that the Browns can handle this, win 10 games, and they could be on the hot seat because if they collapse down the stretch, if they have a strong finish and they win less than 8 games, they could keep their jobs because they showed some promise, especially if there's like a young quarterback involved. So it's all about how you do it. The next one.
Yeah, the next one is from Ray Rags. The 2 names I've seen for QBs are Cousins and Flacco. Browns are in standby to wait on Cousins. Sounds like we're not his first choice. What do you think of a Cousins Flacco KP QB room? What would it take to get Cousins trade or free agency? Joe Flacco is not coming here, so cross that off the list right now.
Look, man, this quarterback room is going to be a lot of, all right, well, let's see what we can do to avoid it. That was always going to be the plan. So I hope they build a really strong run game in the draft and in the offseason.
The next one is there's the next chat from Food Love Sue. Good vibes today. Finally, some nice weather in Cleveland. Hope y'all having a good day.
Man, thank you, Food. It is nice. Thank you, Food Love Sue. We appreciate that.
Too bad you sick. You can't enjoy it, Cole.
Right? It sucks.
Are you feeling better, Curtis, physically? You able to enjoy this beautiful day?
Haven't gotten a chance to enjoy the beautiful day, but I will try to before the sun goes down.
Yeah, just try to forget that you traded Geno Smith. Get out there in that sunlight, frolic. Let's go to the next one.
Ray Rags. Oh, God. Okay, fuck you, Ray Rags. This is what you get, Curtis. You put a curse on that team. They trade DK and Geno for Sam Darnold.
Yeah, thank you, Ray Rags. We appreciate that.
Ray Rags, you can go to hell, but we ain't gonna say nothing.
Ray Rags is going to heaven. You know what I mean?
He's absolutely going to heaven.
Yeah.
Shout out our dog, Ray Rags.
You got to address why the Seahawks decided that they was going to end their DEI programs this offseason. Just like Target.
This one is from Rizzo because we went over the earlier one from Ray Rags. Hiram College just cut their sports programs. Not really. I'll just double check.
No, they saying it's a hoodie curse now.
I mean,
not let my man wear hoodies no more, dog. He gonna have to come out here with the blank joint.
I'll find a hoodie to wear. It don't matter. I got plenty of them.
You have to come out here with the blank hoodie. Y'all gonna have him out here looking real neutral. Do they still got a lacrosse team though?
Yeah, they're struggling right now, but we were decent when I played.
Curtis was on the lacrosse team?
Yeah, I played lacrosse. I played it for 2 years.
Oh man,
okay, Jim Brown.
Curtis, right? You know what I'm saying? We need Curtis to be our bodyguard for real.
Not doing all that. I don't know about that.
I'm gonna say we're throwing a ball with a net through a net. Got to do with being a bodyguard.
Hey man,
hey man, you playing lacrosse? I'm like, okay.
Like Curtis, there go. He's threatened by safety. Launch a ball with a stick at him.
Hey, listen, Curtis hit him in the head. We might be all right.
You gonna be like, oh, I'm not
Oh man,
that's the best pass in Division III right there.
Oh man. All right. This next super chat is from Small. Think of how sweet it would be to beat Pittsburgh with their first round QB. Cool. What's that going to get us?
Hey, look, man. If we beat Pittsburgh with Kenny Pickett, it would be hilarious. And these are the small victories we need to look forward to. Okay? They're gonna be like, that was your Super Bowl? Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, bitch. Like, Kenny Two Gloves. Second Super Bowl ring. Let's go.
All right. The next one is from Ray Rags. Are the Texans trying to end CJ's career early, just blowing up the O-line? I don't know what they're doing. Honestly.
They're drafting an offensive lineman is what they're doing.
Yeah, they're going to draft either Connor Lee or Simmons, my guess Simmons. But the rest of that O-line is just no
Where's
good.
the O-line? Sucks.
Hey. They gonna make CJ Stroud work on his quick game one way or the other. Okay. Because, like, even if you did want to draft a tackle, why in the world did you have to trade it now? Like, why not wait until you get the tackle in the draft to even trade Laramie Tunsil? Like, I would even advocate why not just like draft the tackle and keep Laramie Tunsil.
I mean, Tunsil kind of struggled a little bit last year, but I didn't think they would move him.
And man, I like Josh Connolly, but like the idea that Josh Connolly is going to be better than Laramie Tunsil is right now in his rookie year is crazy. Especially when he needs to like get way stronger.
All right,
Yeah.
Next one's from Iceman. Y'all see Ward's high school stats? I think you're talking about Denzel Ward. INT's been following him.
No, you got to be talking about Cam Ward, right?
Cam Ward. Oh damn.
Why would I look at Cam Ward? Cam Ward, did he even play quarterback in high school?
I can check.
I think he was like a wing T quarterback in high school. I'm not going to hold anything he did in high school against him. He went to Incarnate Word based on his work in high school.
Let me check. So I can check it right now. Yeah, he played high school in at Columbia High School in Texas. And yeah, they did run the wing T.
Yeah, I ain't gonna hold
And he only got and the University of Incarnate Word, that was his only scholarship offer. So not heavily recruited.
No, he was small too. He grew.
Yeah.
He grew a lot physically. Because he was not much bigger than them dudes. Like at Incarnate. Like you go back and look at his Incarnate Words highlights, you're like, what the fuck? Like that is not the same guy.
Hey Curtis, chat would like for you to wear a Boston Celtics sweatshirt next time we do the pod.
I will not do that because I will not do that because I don't even own any Boston Celtics gear.
I'm gonna need Curtis to keep it neutral because the universe catch on that he's trying to do a reverse jinx that might reverse jinx us. You know what I mean? Nah, we don't need to play no games with it. Just keep rocking that Hiram gear. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with rocking with the alma mater. By the way, shout out to Youngstown State. Beat Cleveland State in the Horizon League tournament. First Horizon League championship game appearance for my Penguins. Let's go. It was true Horizon League basketball. That shit was like 35-40 at the end of the game.
All right, the next one is from Christopher. Kirk ain't trying to help any DEI here.
No, so I did hear that the biggest holdup with the no trade clause thing from Kirk's end
is they're worried about the Browns taking the quarterback.
He not trying to get a word I feel like I shouldn't say on here that rhymes with fucked but starts with a C by an organization again. By a rookie quarterback. So that's what the biggest thing is. He don't want to come here.
Well, he gonna get PTSD. You take Jalen Milroe, man.
Listen, if they take a quarterback in the second round or like the third round, that you don't have to worry about anything. Like you don't have to worry about nothing. What have to worry about?
Where he gonna go that that's not gonna happen to though?
That's what I'm saying. Like you don't have an option, bro. Like just wait the no trade clause so they get the trade up.
He gonna have to come back down off that, you know what I mean? So it'd be all good. By the way, what do you think, Kirk? Do Catherine work for the team still, right?
Yeah, I think she does.
All right, Kirk. Let's go to the next one.
I want to throw something else out there. So I told y'all that the trade is I told her that they're working on a trade, right, for Kirk.
Mhm.
Albert Breer said that the Falcons could eat money on Kirk Cousins' contract to essentially buy a draft pick. He thinks he is ultimately the veteran QB the Browns land. Huh.
I feel like this is very targeted. I don't know what's going on. But I do agree Kirk Cousins will probably be a Brown soon. That's nuts. Yeah, it's happening. That's happening. It's like the Jalen and Jacoby sources. We ain't trying to be on the ticker, but
we really not.
Yeah.
Like we really not.
If you listen, you'll know, bro. Like we was telling you about Tommy Reese in November.
we not trying to be on the ticker. I ain't trying to be Adam Schefter.
Sometimes we got sources. Sometimes we just got good old intuition. Okay.
It is what it is.
Which one is it? No. But that's all we got, right? We pretty much done. Let y'all enjoy that nice day outside. Daylight savings. You get 3 hours now. The sun don't go down to like 8.
Ooh, it's beautiful. Beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Whatever you do, Colb, don't go to Marks because I feel like that's when the trade news is going to drop if you end up in Marks. But anything else? Any shout outs?
Shout out Steel Toe Gang. Shout out Browns fans. We love everybody. Well, we love almost everybody. Most of everybody. You know what I'm saying? Most of everybody. Shout out Anime Gang. Always. Watch Solo Leveling if you haven't.
It's such a strange name for a show, man.
It's so fucking good. It's so fucking
What is it even? No.
No, too late now.
You want to know. You want to know.
I want to go outside, right? Like I'm trying to end the show.
You want to know about Sung Jin Woo? You know what I'm saying?
Excuse me? What did you just call me?
You want to know about Sung Jin Woo?
You just call me on the internet in front of everybody?
Well, you want to know about Jin Woo?
What did you just say?
You want to know about Jin Woo, dog?
I need a translator.
I mean, technically, it's Korean, so maybe.
Okay. I wasn't assuming it was Japanese. I didn't know what was said to me. Okay.
But yeah, no, it's dope. Who else we need to shout out?
Shout out to gaming community because we get Assassin's Creed coming out next week. So
are y'all still getting excited about Assassin's Creed?
No. Shadows looks like it's gonna be dope.
Wasn't there Assassin's Creed that got released like a year ago?
Probably like a year or two ago, yeah.
It was somebody mad that it was a black ninja, right? And I'm like, do people not know that black people are in Japan sometimes?
Yeah, Yasuke is actually a historical figure in Japan.
Yeah, that happens. I mean, look at the proximity. Like, it's not impossible to think that like some people made their way over, right? Like,
yeah, Shadows looks like it's gonna be it's gonna be crazy.
What is that one about? Is that about like
someone asked in the chat? It'll be on consoles.
No, Shadows is about Yasuke and I don't know what the lady ninja in Assassin's Creed. I don't know what her name is.
Feudal Japan.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think I'm gonna be into that.
I'm 100% gonna buy this.
I don't like going back into like pre-industrial times in video games.
Did you ever play Ghost of Tsushima?
I played it a little bit. I got it for free on the PlayStation Plus thing. I got through like the first. It was cool. It looks really nice. It's just
not for you.
I don't know, man. Every time I turn the PS5, I only get to turn my PS5 on very rarely, like maybe once a week. And every time I get on the PS5, I'm like, I kind of want to play football. So I just end up playing college football 25.
Nah, man.
I understand.
My PS5 on. I am not doing anything that has to do with sports. Not at all. Not even.
I understand that. I can understand that. But the appeal of being able to run these plays and, up my dynasty is just like, that feels like a fun way to spend 20 minutes. So I don't play. I got so much shit on my backlog on PS5. It's outrageous. It's outrageous. I bought the Lego Star Wars game, like the new one, 2 years ago. I haven't played that shit yet. And I've been wanting to play it because it looked cool. It looked like they revamped the whole thing.
I never got into any of the
I bought Stray so long ago that it expired.
No, PlayStation got to stop doing that with the games I buy, bro. Like there's games I'm
Yeah.
trying to like replay years later,
And then shit
then, like,
expired.
and I can't play it. I'm like, what the fuck you mean you want me to pay
I
$45
swear I
for this?
paid $20 for this shit. Like,
Like, now I got to pay 45 again. Like, fuck that,
bro, I'm
bro.
gonna be furious when I go in there and find out half my backlog I got no access to. I've been meaning to play God of War, both the new ones. They ain't not even new anymore. They fucking old as shit.
Hey, my girlfriend was playing the most recent God of War. She big into God of War, and I was watching her play, and I'm like, ooh, I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of cool.
The few games that like they come out whenever a new Spider-Man game come out, I'm on it. I spend the next
those Spider-Man games are so good.
Man,
They're
sometimes
so
I replay them. New Game
You
Plus.
replaying them?
Oh yeah, I did the New Game Plus on both of them, all three of them.
They got the New Game Plus on the
Yeah,
the
that came out a couple
one?
months ago. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead, get that done with, bro. Yeah.
Yeah,
They added new shit too. Yeah, it's new content there. You know,
so I can still wear the Venom suit, right? The New Game Plus.
It's been a minute since I jumped onto that save file, so I'm not sure.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure.
I gotta figure it out.
I don't think it's restricted. I think you could be overpowered as fuck. Like, I think that's the appeal.
Yeah, when I got that Venom suit, I was like, I am not using any other.
Oh yeah, the power ups are insane.
No, I'm not using anything else because I.
No. So you don't get the Venom suit, but what you do get at the end of the game is you unlock
the white one.
The Venom powers, yeah. So you can have all the Venom powers with any suit you have,
and then you could just change the color of the suit.
Yeah,
like you could change it back to black. You could change it back to black if you really want. Yeah,
it's something like that. You could do that, or you could use the Spider-Man 3 suit. I'm
gonna be real with you. Once I got the Venom suit, I ain't use none of them other suits.
I be using the old school movie suits like all the time.
Fuck all that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Is there any other game that's not a sports game that when I get free time I go? I was playing there was a zombie game. It was like a Left 4 Dead.
Ooh, okay.
Kind of like it was like a Left 4 Dead like game. It was free on PlayStation. Me and my homeboys from college, we played that shit. It was fun. Yeah, it was like we got to learn the system. And then I think there was another one like World War Z or some shit like that.
World War Z. I never talked about World War Z.
Yeah, that was cool too. But yeah, basically, if I'm not playing it with my friends from college, or like it's not like a really good single player experience, and it's not like an RPG where I gotta do all this extra shit, I'll probably play it. But even then, I just don't get that much free time. Unfortunately. Shout out to all my people with extra free time, man. I hope y'all enjoy that. If you're in college right now, I need you to understand you have so much time that you will not get after you graduate. Enjoy that shit. Also, shout out to all my parents out there. Steel Toe Gang. Did we get them?
Always get Steel Toe.
You know what I mean? Shout out to my people who fill in potholes. I don't know if y'all listening, but I appreciate y'all. You know, everybody telling you y'all not doing your job. Look, I understand it ain't your fault. Anybody else we giving shout outs to? Hey, shout out to Blue Sky. Added 3-minute videos.
Oh, we got 3-minute videos already?
Yeah, we got 3-minute videos.
Just wait till they get group chats. I'll be over there.
Oh yeah. Look. I could post the whole Abdul Carter rant, the Bootman rant on Blue Sky now, officially.
Oh yeah, you got to post. Did you ever post the Bootman rant on the channel? Because we got to post the Bootman rant on the channel.
People get me demonetized.
Oh man!
And then you notice there were certain people that was like, no, he's not lying about that. Every Browns fan from the South was like, hey, no, that's a serious issue.
People try to get on us for that. I'm like, man, there's no way y'all taking it for the
There was one dude in there out there, I believe, was like, I can't believe they're advocating for a criminal. I'm like, okay, all right, who you want us to draft? Mason Graham? Like
Will Campbell?
Tyler Warren? He's a thug. I was like, I didn't know. Every time I get on Twitter, it'd be like going down to the South. You'd be like, damn, they still racist like this? Shit, out the open? I get the same feeling driving 20 minutes outside the city of Atlanta than I get on Twitter every time I scroll. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck was that? Like, was that an ad? Like,
ooh-wee.
mm-hmm. Yeah, so I saw when I popped that on there. I looked at one of the quote retweets. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this is still Twitter. But shout out to all the people enjoying yourselves, having a good time, not crashing out over every Browns free agent decision. You know what I mean? Shout out to most Seahawks fans. I feel bad for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the vast
majority of Seahawks fans.
The vast majority of Seahawks fans, we feel bad for y'all.
Y'all don't deserve this.
Yeah, my dog Mookie Alexander. We sorry, Mookie. You know what I'm saying?
Be the cops, you know.
Yeah.
Is Pablo Torre a Seahawk fan?
If he is,
no, I think he's a Philly guy, right?
I don't know if he's a Philly guy. But shout out Pablo either way. You know what I'm saying? Shout out
Pablo Torre. Anybody else in that Seahawks night? Anybody else, Curtis? You know, root for the Seahawks?
Outside of Mookie and Mina, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
Richard
Shout out
Sherman is not deserved.
Yeah, shout out to 99.
The crazy thing is y'all traded him back to the old dude too. Like y'all did him a favor. Why did y'all do that? Like,
well, they offered him a deal. He didn't counteroffer. He didn't want to be there.
Did y'all Nico this thing? Like, will y'all ever go trade him to anybody other than Pete Carroll?
I have no idea. Probably
because it don't seem like it.
If Pete didn't take that job, he probably
did. Y'all Nico this thing?
It feel like it. I'm like, damn, you could have got 68 from Cleveland. Like, you could at least got like a third and a fourth out of Cleveland. The late third and the early fourth. But damn, man. Then you sent DK to fucking Pittsburgh. Despicable. At least you got a second for that, though. How you get better comp for DK than you did for your quarterback?
I don't know.
But shout out most Seahawks fans, man. I feel bad for y'all. Hopefully the baseball season is kinder to y'all. Colb, you want to shout out the guard? Is it that time? Is it spring training?
No,
it is spring training. It is spring training. We shout out the guards. You know what time it is. You know what time it is.
About to let y'all down once again.
That's okay. That's okay.
Curtis, who you root for baseball wise?
No one. I'm not rooting for anyone. I just watch baseball.
You just root for cynicism. Okay, like, what's your team? Hating. Okay. My man expressed some joy about the Guardians. You gonna meet him with y'all gonna get disappointed. Damn,
man, bro. The season just started.
You didn't express any greater joys than just being excited about baseball season. And you like they gonna hurt you.
Like, damn, can I just want to watch baseball? America's pastime?
How many wins this year, Cole?
Shit. Somewhere in the 90s. I don't know yet. Somewhere in the 90s.
Okay. You know what I mean? I don't know enough about the Guardians to tell you if that's realistic or not.
We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out soon.
You got them winning the pennant?
Give me some time. give me some time, please.
Let this calf season roll out.
Let's just see let's just roll out with the calf season and we'll go.
Who you rolling with WNBA? Because the women's tournament about to show up. That's gonna be good this year too.
That is gonna be good this year.
Because you see Paige.
Man, do I want to go? I feel like, do I want to go back to the Sparks, or am I sticking with the Sky, man?
I would get back to the Sparks before this next off season because I told you everybody in the WNBA is going to be a free agent after this season.
Yeah, I might
that feels like something that Los Angeles is going to benefit from.
Yeah, I'm gonna get back to the Sparks, and then I'll just root for Angel Reese and Camila Cordarso. From afar.
Yeah, root for them statistically.
Yeah, that feels about right.
Well, if De'Erica and Cam Brink are healthy, they're going to be good.
They're going to be really good.
Yeah, and then what? I think Dallas going to get Paige with Enrique in that backcourt.
No, they need. I'm interested to see where old girl from Notre Dame is going to go. Oh, shout out Soul Trey because he said Fire Force season 3 starts in a month. Yes.
What the fuck are y'all even talking about?
I cannot wait.
What is that?
Anime.
No. You like Paige. Paige, I think she just made like a what was it? Conference championship game.
Mm-hmm.
She's talking crazy shit. Like the whole game.
It's like crazy shit.
Paige is the spiritual successor to Diana Taurasi.
Okay.
Those two are the same. Yeah. Because she went up against it with Juju, who, by the way, is going to be the most unanimous number 1 overall pick in WNBA history.
Yeah, 100%.
She can't come out to her senior year, right? You got to finish college in the W, right?
I think they have to do 3 years.
Hey, whenever she's ready, she's going to come out and she's going to be the number 1 overall pick. And it's going to be shameless. It's going to be some shameless taking going on. Have you watched her this year?
She's cooking, dog. No, what she did to UCLA?
That it is crazy because like Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese's draft class was crazy, had some crazy players in it. But I look at Juju, I'm like, well, that's clearly a better prospect. Like it's clearly like you have to have some imagination about how you go win a championship at that level with like a Caitlin Clark, because that's not usually how it's done. It's done through the bigs in the W. With Juju, I'm like, that's going to be the best player on the championship team, guaranteed. Like,
she's cold, dog. She's cold.
Nah. She goes in and out. She got the 3. She got the layup, bro. Like she's like what, 5'11", 6 foot? Like she's taller too.
I think she's like 6 foot. To be real with you.
Yeah.
Let me see. Actually, how tall is she? She's 6'2", bro.
It's gonna be some shameless tanking. And I hope my Atlanta Dream are a part of it. Right?
I wish Cleveland had a team.
It's gonna be a team
right when she was in there.
Like Toronto, that first year of their expansion, they're gonna suck on purpose.
Yeah, they gotta suck on purpose. You gotta suck on purpose.
Yeah, bro. Like
we try to get Juju.
Yes. Whoever strikes out in free agency next year, they're gonna definitely just like be shameless about it. Or I think Connecticut got like 8 first-round picks in the next 3 years. Yeah, they about to do something shameless.
Do what you gotta do.
They might do something shameless to get Paige because they try to keep UConn. But yeah, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy here. The Fever added a bunch of all-stars. They got DeWanna Bonner on that fucking team now. It's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be interesting. The Aces are weaker. I don't think the Liberty are as strong. I think somebody traded for Sably too. It's
gonna be a good year.
It'll be a good year. I think my Dream have a good chance of being the 6th seed, winning the playoff series. I'll put that out there. But yeah, man, we're excited about the sports season going up. Anything else?
Nah, man, we've been here for over 3 hours.
Yeah, I tried to get us out of here an hour ago.
You did.
Curtis wanted to talk about fucking anime.
No.
I shouldn't say shit about no solo leveling, nothing. Curtis is like, oh, so you want to talk about solo leveling?
I barely even watched solo level. I'm barely even caught up on it.
Oh wow, Curtis is a solo leveling hater. Somebody put that out on the anime Twitter sphere.
Curtis got enough problems on Twitter.
Hey, and by the way, you motherfuckers, every time I log in, I see what y'all be doing, okay? You know what I'm talking about.
What you talking about?
Not him.
What you mean? What you talking about?
The video of me on the elliptical that y'all have used.
That's Curtis be doing that all the time.
The crazy part, I see a pickup. I saw somebody not even related to the pod just put that one up there. I was like, all right. Okay.
You the one who put it out there?
Curtis edited it. Curtis edited one that he put up, dog. Like, I was like, that is not what I put out there. He made an edit.
He said, oh, not him.
Yeah. Who was it the dude to put it every time Evan Mobley see Kristaps Porzingis, and then I saw it as a reaction to Kenny Pickett? Yeah. Every time I log in, I'm like, why the fuck do I see me? Okay. Like, let the platform, y'all just acted crazy. But y'all have a great one. Everybody else have an even better night. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to my animators and all of that. Peace.